This is how it looks right now. You fine with this?
Okay, let me have a look. Uh, okay,
You good with that?
sorry, where are you showing this from?
I'm showing it from the same place we were posting all the links.
Oh, right. Let me...
Yeah, open chat.
Open chat. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, that looks great. Yeah. I'm definitely
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Love
You can do like the same for me if you want on your end. And if you want to make it real quick, this is what I use.
I see. I think I'm good. Mine is a little bit more my usual default setup. Sorry, I didn't have time to like prepare much, but
it's fine. All right. Because I'm a little behind you, I'm gonna actually go on starting soon myself. Sorry.
It's all good. All right. So for those who are tuning in, as the title said, it's a Kiefcast special, 3rd episode. We're almost about ready. I'm gonna basically be interviewing the VTuber Empress Dawn. We sort of been originally the plan was to gather other VTubers to sort of interview too, kind of like what I did on the second special podcast I did with like a few other like fellow VTubers, but unfortunately there's been a conflict of schedules. I was only able to get Dawn on board, so pretty soon I'm gonna be when I have the time in the future doing more interviews like this, but yeah. So hang on tight, and as soon as Dawn is ready, we'll basically get the ball rolling.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I had some last things to set up that you already know about.
Yeah. Plus,
I just want to give. I like to give my chat like 10 minutes or so to get here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. I'll unveil it as soon as you're ready. So it's if you're coming from Empress Dawn's side, all right. I think I should ask this before we continue. What are your preferred pronouns? Just want to make sure that's clear, so I don't.
She.
One more time.
She. And then Empress Dawn after all.
Yeah. I figured as much. Just making sure. All
right. I'm not particular really about that. The only time I really get annoyed by that is when people are like intentionally like ignoring what I like to be referred as just to be rude. If people slip up like once or twice, it's like it doesn't. If people slip up like once or twice, it's like it doesn't.
Fix that. Sorry about that. Forgot to.
Yeah, I was wondering like what was that?
Yeah, because I was just checking on the stream on my end, but now I guess we're all goodsies. Oh damn! Realized mine has your green screen, but it's okay. I wanted you to be the center of attention, so that's why I'm putting your face on there. But on your end, let me bring up your stream real quick. There we go.
Actually, just for fun today, I actually listened to a bunch of Takeover while I was playing Honkai. I'm like,
oh, nice, yeah.
5 Royal eventually.
Yeah. Royal is. Well, we'll get into like how I made my VTuber. I mean, it was actually, well, I guess kind of like off the cuff. I originally wanted to make my VTuber more like my OC that my friend Edna, the Earth Seraph, made me. She's like a friend that I commissioned. Wanted to make it off of that, but then I just realized I didn't really like the look of my initial design before. It just didn't rhyme with me. And I figured I always loved Joker. I always loved, that main character from Persona. So it's like it just felt right to me. So I was like, I'm gonna do it like this for now. But yeah,
Sometimes the bot I use doesn't work, and I have to manually do the announcement myself.
Oh yeah.
Although, watch, now that I've posted it, it's probably going to post it now.
Yeah.
You guys can't use technology at times.
That's how it is.
Can people on your end hear me yet, or no?
I only have like one viewer, but the audio seems to be working.
Okay.
At least.
So no one can hear me yet. We haven't started anything yet.
Yeah, whatever we're talking to, it's still in the waiting thing. I don't have any special music on mine. I sort of just put on some backgrounds. It's nothing too fancy, but
Okay.
But yeah, whenever
four
you're
more minutes.
Yeah, whenever you're
then,
yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll just skip my intro screen.
Yeah, whenever you're truly ready, I'll basically kind of present you, and then I think the way I'm gonna have this set up, I'll ask you some questions, and then when we get to the seventh one, it's more or less just free talk, and then from that point on, it's I don't know, feel free to ask me anything or whatever it is. It's kind of how I did this the last time I interviewed my friends or Shaw last time. Well, Shaw I kind of went off the cuff mostly, but it's I guess just let me know whenever you're ready, and we'll
it'll be about 4 more minutes. Again, I like to give my chat some time to get here.
Cool.
Yeah, there's the announcement.
Awesome.
There's the bot working.
Oh, it's working. It's magic.
Yeah, a little late, but you just never know when it's going to work properly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. As far as my server, yup. Twitch announcement is there. Yep, it definitely alerted. So we got so far 2 viewers. Welcome. At least on my end.
Alright, 2 more minutes.
Alright.
What was that?
No, I'm saying alright. Cool.
Yeah, just 2 more minutes and then we can start.
Sure.
One more minute. I'm gonna go to my live screen, and you can go to yours. 3,
Alright.
2, 1, 0. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Keef fans. This is your boy Kiefster speaking.
Say what?
Oh, that's just my usual intro. Sorry. Didn't mean to mess up your mojo there.
It's fine. This is Kiefster, everyone. Really no intro. It was just to it was to better time with Kiefster. That's why I didn't do the intro this time.
Yeah, and forgive me for seeing on my end that we have just a green screen showing just Dawn's face. I couldn't get the background thing to work. I didn't really prepare for this, but only thing I prepared for is just the questions I'm gonna ask her relatively soon, which is mostly just interviewing her because I'm wanting to interview her. So yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to that, you're perfectly transparent on my end. Everyone can see your model just fine.
Yeah.
Hi, Toko. And I already got my tits smacked because I didn't play the intro.
Yeah, it's Joker, alright. Yep, I more or less kind of base my model off of him because he's just so cool.
Yeah, Joker is pretty cool. My inspiration comes from Sakura faces.
Yeah.
I think that just answered one of your questions early. Oops.
Yeah. Probably so, but
Whoops.
let me know when you want to get into the questions.
We can start right now. Just
Okay.
say whatever you want.
All right, sure. So, pretty much, the first question is, how did you get into VTubing, like in general?
I wanted to be a big titty anime girl. Simple as that. Because I got tired of looking at my own face when I was streaming. Back when I did try real life streaming, I got tired of seeing my own face, and I'm like, I want to be an anime girl.
Nice. And I guess second question would be like, who is your VTuber inspiration? I guess like which particular VTuber that you may follow that sort of just I guess inspired you to take the plunge, if at all that.
I look at your face when you can look at tits. Exactly.
Respectable. Big tits are definitely respectable. So I guess like I think it might be obvious based on some of the streams I've caught you on and rated. What are some of your favorite games that you like playing or streaming?
Oh, I didn't even answer the question, the previous one, but to answer that, Pika-me in. Wait, let me make sure I have the right name because I know there's the cringe Pika and then there's the Pika I know. And you know what? Let me just show a link real quick and say her name. Yeah, Pika. Yeah, Pika-me. They are one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to being a VTuber because they're just completely crazy and over the top, and they're super adorable. Let me post.
I think I know who you're talking about. I think that's
they speak a little bit of English.
I think that's Edna's favorite VTuber. In fact, last time I talked to her. Nice.
Yeah, I don't watch all of her stuff, but some of the stuff like Mario Sunshine and such, I did have a blast watching.
Oh yeah, sorry. Did you want to finish like how you get into VTubing? I didn't mean to like interrupt the flow of what you were answering before.
How did I get into it? I think I answered that.
Oh,
I just wanted to be a big titty anime girl.
Yeah, big titty anime girl. Okay. Favorite kinds of games. I think we covered that.
Actually, no. You asked that, but I didn't answer the previous one.
Right. Okay.
My favorite type of games, though, mainly JRPGs, RPGs, action RPGs, side scrollers. Admittedly, I guess I have to say some gachas, but I try not to get into too many gachas. I only play
yeah.
3.
The last gacha I'll be honest. With FGO and Genshin respectively, I played for a good while, but at some point I couldn't keep up with them because I had other games that I wanted to bring more attention to, and just sort of fell off the map.
That's understandable. FGO's events in particular take a long time to complete.
Yeah.
FGO is a heavy time investment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Amazing characters and story, though, to be sure.
Oh yeah.
That's why I still play it to this day.
Definitely.
And it's why I wail for it. Don't be a whale like me, people.
Oh yeah, I wailed in the beginning when I got into it. FGO was my first gacha, so to be fair, I didn't. Well, not a particularly good excuse, but I didn't even know any better, and my bank account sure paid for it at one point. That's all I'm gonna say.
Which servant did you try to go for?
JP. I got into it when it first came out, believe it or not, like years ago.
Well, I think that's when the game was at some of its worst when it first launched.
Yeah. And that at the time, it didn't help that. Well, it did help that I, at the time, was also not heavily, but like casually into Type Moon and Fate stuff. So it's like, oh, cool. It's gonna have a mobile game. That's awesome. And all I cared about at the time was like, oh, I can collect servants as a unit. That's really cool. That was my thought process when I heard about it and all that stuff.
My thought process was just, wait, there's a mobile Fate game? Alright, I'll give it a shot. 2 weeks later, why can't I stop playing this?
Oh yeah, for sure. Alright, so I guess the fourth question is like, what are your favorite hobbies?
My favorite hobbies would be gaming and watching anime, as well as occasionally reading some manga. I need to read more manga. The earlier days of FGO was something. I would not know. I've heard they were not that good. I think I heard.
There was a lot of maintenance.
Multis cost I think 40 cent quarts when the game first started.
Yeah, it was definitely not cheap, and also the rate you get them is, at least the statistics when you look into it, is not that great. I think for the really good ones you want, depending on who you are, I guess like funny story, like I remember when I played the NA version when I was getting into it, and when Gilgamesh's banner was out, I actually got him in 3 tries with 3 golden tickets.
You got him in 3 multis or 3 singles?
3 single golden tickets is what it was.
Nice.
Yeah, one of the SSRs I fondly remember pulling.
I think that was you getting a text.
I'm sorry, what?
What was that?
The vibration. That was my phone. Yeah.
You were getting a text, I assume.
I assume so. Yeah.
Yeah. And welcome to the stream, Sean.
So what is this?
Though honestly, the gacha I am into the most now is Honkai. Good gosh, I love that game's story, even though it depresses the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I have questions regarding to those. We'll get to soon, but in transitioning to the next question, so what are your aspiration or goals for your streams or content creation? What do you hope to sort of achieve in general?
I hope to achieve an environment where everyone, regardless of how they feel about one thing or another, can all be friendly here and not start drama with one another. Say for example, everyone knows I'm a big lolicon. A number of my viewers are not lolicon, but no one starts any drama over it. Because
Yeah.
there's things they're into that I'm not into, and vice versa. We all just be nice and friendly to one another.
Right.
And I'm hoping that the environment I create leads to people wanting to check me out and possibly financially support me, because this is my only job.
Respectable. Like, everybody's got a passion or, wanting to do this sort of thing. Like, I definitely never imagine myself being a VTuber, or I imagine myself being maybe like, the content creator CDogVA, like maybe being like homies with VTubers, but I've never envisioned myself trying to be one. But then one of my mutuals sort of gave me the push, and then here I am. But I guess we'll get to me a little more later if you want to ask me stuff like when we get to the free talk section. So okay, aspiration goals. Okay, so next one is in regards to FGO, Genshin, Honkai. I guess overall, tell me I think we already covered quite a bit, but tell me like your experience with these games so far, and then kind of adding to that is like, what other games or content do you plan to stream in the future?
What content do I find myself streaming in the future?
Well, the first part of it is like, what else can you tell me about like your experience with FGO, Genshin, and Honkai? Like, what more you can add to that? Okay, let's get to that first.
We might be here a while.
Oh, whatever. Okay, let's just go with highlights then. Like, what are some highlights do you like about these games?
Well, when it comes to FGO, as I said earlier, I absolutely love the characters and story. The fact that it can make me cry just really hooks me in, because that's just how attached to the characters I am. And something as simple as just talking to them in my room and just hearing them talk about things, it kind of brings... Honestly, when it comes to that, it gives me like the same sensation I felt about like the Pokemon I had when I was younger. When I just talk to my servants in my room, it's like that feeling, but a little stronger.
Makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to be connected with your Pokemon, but like with like your PNG.
I connect with my servants quite a bit.
But with your PNG waifu / husband, or like I feel like that's internal. So I definitely agree with that, right?
In fact, I actually have a interesting story to share about that. It's really quick.
Go for it.
Iskandar was actually my very first 5-star when I started the game. And out of curiosity, on my birthday, I clicked on one of his My Room lines, and it wasn't even set for my it wasn't even a birthday line, but he said, "Look at how far you've come from the little person I first knew when you first summoned me." And he's like, "I'm glad to have a master like you and see you grow." And that actually got me to cry. Just like...
I mean, Iskandar's like the bros of bros. Let's be real, right?
Yeah, Iskandar is a bro. If you were to ask me if he's the biggest bro, I'm not sure if... he and Kintoki are tied for best bros.
He's definitely up there. I remember when I watched Fate Zero, like, he's definitely one of the characters I enjoyed seeing on screen, for sure.
Yeah.
But, to follow up with... Wait, have we covered, like, what other games you plan on streaming in the future yet?
Yeah, I was still talking about FGO.
Yeah,
I actually wanted to...
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, back when I was free to play, I did not have a good time. Because, well, the gacha in FGO, it sucks balls. I never got, other than Iskandar, I never got for like 3 to 4 months the character I wanted on Rada, be it 4-star or 5-star. Until the Prisma Ilya banner, where I actually spent the first time I spent money was on the Summer 1 banner. Over 400 paid quartz, not a single gold spook. Not a single summer servant, not a single 4-star, not a single 5-star. Pain. I will always remember that, and I almost quit FGO because of that.
Oh.
And then my luck turned around with the Tamamo banner, and I got her in the first multi. And I got NP2 Ilya with the number of courts I saved for the Prisma Ilya banner. And that's when I started to enjoy the game more, because the game stopped giving me the shaft.
Understandable. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Did you want to ask me about, like, Honkai and Genshin, or do you want to...
No, yeah. If you want to talk about Genshin or Honkai, by all means.
So Genshin, at first, I got into because, some of my friends were starting to play it, and I'm just like, oh, this is just anime Breath of the Wild, I don't need it. And then I actually started playing it, and I'm like, oh wow, this is actually incredibly fun. And I was really addicted to it for a while, but the problem with Genshin is once you complete all the content, all you have to do are the daily commissions and weekly assignments, which gets old very, very fast. And it may sound dumb, but I hate the daily commission system. I've always hated the daily commission system because it's your best way of getting free Primo Gems outside of events.
Yeah.
But you always just have to go to these random locations and listen to this NPC say the same dialogue, like...
I think that was my biggest gripe with Genshin. Like 30 adventure ranks later, like, I sort of, like, this is starting to feel like a drag. At that point. That's just me.
Yeah. It honestly, around, I want to say, February of last year, I started to lose interest in the game. And I was really only playing it because I'm just like, alright, I need to keep up so I can wish for future characters,
Uh-huh.
And then the first anniversary happened.
Nice.
And I was pissed at what they gave us.
Oh.
I'm just like, you didn't give us any major quality of life updates, which is one of the most important things to do on an anniversary. And then you give us this pitiful amount of Primo Gems. And then 1 month after that, I just quit the game, and I did not return to it until a few months ago, where I have a more positive outlook on the game now, where it's just like, I don't take it as seriously as I used to. I am glad I wailed on the game, though, to get C2 Raiden Shogun, because she's so much fun! I love dimensional sword slashes, it's so damn cool!
Alright.
And then, do you want me to go into Honkai?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, when it comes to Honkai, I was told about this game for quite a while now, and I was told it was so much better than Genshin, and I'm like, you know what, why not? Let's give it a shot. It's got a PC port, I can actually use a controller. First 4 chapters, I was just like, this is okay, story ain't gripping me, but the characters, they're pretty good. And then chapter 7 happens, and that's when things start to actually get dark, and I'm like, oh, I'm actually interested now, and characters actually started dying, and everything started having weight. And the combat system was just so much fun, and the dailies never really bothered me, because unlike Genshin, where I'm just talking to people over and over again, I just get into the action, fight, and I'm out. I wish Genshin had that for all its dailies. It's just go fight this, and then you're done.
Yeah.
But instead, just these random NPC quests where you gotta listen to them again and again and again. Sometimes you get merciful and it's just fighting, but
yeah,
a lot of the times you don't. Plus with Honkai, you have a menu where you just click it, fight, and you're out, and then you're good.
Nice. Yeah. I think the problem with some gachas, like, Yeah, there are some that have these flaws. Like the couple ones that I actually enjoy. Are you familiar with the Tales games version of Gacha games, like Tales of the
I've heard
Wilderness?
that that Namco does not treat them well and keeps shutting them down.
Yeah, like it was at first was Tales of Lynx, and I remember getting into that like relatively late, right, like a year before it shut down, and I was kind of like the global version was done, but then the Japanese version had like one more year, and that was like short lived, and then what was it? Tales of the Rays. I only got into the Japanese version. That one, I think, apparently lasted, I think, a couple of years. And then relatively recently, I would say as recent as, I think earlier this year, it was Christoria.
Yeah,
That
Christoria
had
shut down.
like 10 or so chapters. I was like a couple chapters behind. I was really trying to get SSR Eleanor because she's like my, Tales Bay. And kind of pissed because it's like never got that. At least I got the SR form, so it's like you can. She was like my free unit, and it really made me mad because it's like Christoria actually had a good story.
That's the problem with gacha games. If they're not like really successful, they just pull the plug.
Yeah.
And all the money you spent in, gone, wasted.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't feel bad about spending money for like FGO, Genshin, or Honkai, because I know I'm in it for the long haul, and I'm gonna get my time worth out of my money.
Yeah, in fact,
most of the time, because FGO doesn't have any guarantee, but you get my point.
Yeah, I definitely get your point. In fact, it made me so mad that I actually made a rant video on Bamco because it's like, come on, this is like the 5th time they've done this nonsense.
Yeah, they pulled the plug on like the Tales of Phantasia mobile port, if I recall.
Yeah.
Which I'm still waiting for Tales of Phantasia to be ported to consoles. And I'm also waiting for a lot of older Tales games to be ported to consoles. Where's my Retro Tales collection, Namco? I would pay for it.
Hear that, Bamco? You better get your shit together.
Get your shit together.
All right, so
I still need to play the newest Tales of Arise, though, but I've got so many RPGs to play. I got Persona 5 Royal. I eventually want to start Xenoblade 3. Mm-hmm. And I did buy Tales of Arise on PC, but I also got Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now that I'm finally able to play the DLC on PC.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Sony, for not giving us the DLC on PS4, you pieces of shit. I'm still mad about that.
Yep. I was lucky to get a PS5 on Christmas, so I got the version of that, but I didn't even get 7 on PS4 to be fair when I got that, but still, it's Sony, come on.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that's... Actually, no, I'm not even sure if that's Sony or Square Enix. Right. But you know what? They both piss me off at times, so I'm going to blame them both.
Yeah. So what are some, like, I think you might have hinted at somewhere, but what are games that you want to, like, stream in the future, like you're thinking about streaming in the future?
One game I definitely do want to stream in the future is Persona 5 Royal. I was originally planning to do that for the PS4 version, and then it was announced it's coming like to Steam, and I'm just like, maybe I should wait and get that sweet 60 frames per second.
Oh yeah, a lot of my friends were like telling me like, oh, it's probably going to be multiplayer, and I kind of like was clamoring for it to be on Switch or whatever. Well, for everybody else, I already have it for the PS4, but I wanted everybody else to enjoy it. So honestly, the fact that Atlas finally did, it's no longer a meme sort of thing, like that made me happy.
Yeah, I'm glad they ported over 3, 4, and 5 to Switch. Why did it take so long? I think because the higher-ups thought it wouldn't sell well on Switch or something.
Yeah. So I guess
Persona 4 Golden, though, is one of my all-time favorite RPGs. Like, I really enjoyed Persona 5, but it's got nothing on Persona 4 in terms of how much I relate to these characters. And I love shadow concept because it made things so much more personal.
So I guess at this point, it's whatever you want to ask or talk about. Like, I didn't really have anything for the last segment, so it's like wherever the conversation you want to lead, it's all on you.
Well, what are your hopes and dreams as a VTuber yourself?
Well, I am not entirely sure. I definitely want to maybe also polish, but also make some original concepts for my own. A lot of the VTubers that I admire have some kind of like lore or something behind them, or some story. I'm sort of like...
Take your time on that. Let me tell you, because I originally had one set of lore, and then I played Honkai, and I'm like, oh wait, this lore actually fits a lot better.
So the only lore I can just say is like, since Joker does have a official name from the Atlas games, but I figure because he's a silent protagonist, you can honestly imprint yourself into him. I was like, I think it's perfectly okay to just be Joker or Joker-esque.
Yeah.
So that's the only
you
lore
gotta kind of figure out what kind of lore you want.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the things I'm wanting to do in the future outside of streaming is I was actually thinking of making like a beginner video for like Fate Grand Order, because I think you said even you would probably enjoy that.
Oh yeah, I think the last time I was committed, I stopped after I think the summer event of 2018, which I remember it was super duper grindy, and one of the event servants was that
was the racing one, I believe. I think that was the racing.
It was like Gene Ultra or something. Like, she was like the one you get after you finish everything.
John Alter. So it was basically the Dojinshi one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that one was extremely grindy.
I remember after I finally got through it, I was like, oh man, I need a break, man. I don't know if I can keep this going.
Yeah, that one was pretty dang grindy. They definitely learned their lesson with this summer event, because it's nowhere near as grindy and it's a lot more to the point. But yeah, making a beginner's guide for FGO is something I've thought about doing. I would definitely need my video editor, Bene, to help make the magic happen. Because I know one of the first things I would say is raise your kohai mosh. The amount of people I see that don't raise mosh because they think, oh, she's the character I get at the very start of the game. She's probably not good. No, she's the best defensive unit in the entire game, including 5 stars. No one reduces damage as much as she does.
Yeah. I mean, she is considered your kohai for a good reason, right?
Yeah, it's not like Genshin where it's like, oh, the Traveler gets a new character. Bye, Traveler. I am hoping, side thing, but I am hoping that for Genshin, the Dendro main character will still have her place in some kind of team, because I would like to use them if they were, good. Though I have heard that she is pretty decent in some Geo teams.
Nice.
Yeah, Jack of all trades, master of none is basically what the Traveler is. But that's a bit of a problem when you only have 4 limited party slots to take into the Abyss.
Yep. I think originally I based I had an OC idea, and I sort of made him want to imply that I made him like a jack of all trades, except I was applying, I kind of take some inspiration from Tales of Historia, like the lore from it, like the blood sins, because I really like that concept. But then I sort of add that nuance to my OC that I made, and I was essentially going to make him like a jack of all trades, like kind of like Looter from Tales of Xillia series.
Yeah, Tales of Xillia I'm far more familiar with. I loved that game.
Mm-hmm.
Combat in it is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Though Tales of Grace's F, I think, has the best Tales combat from what I've played.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my friend Kaizuko Guru was in my chat. What's up, bro?
Hello!
Yeah, I heard Kaizuko had, like, COVID. He's finally, like, gone through it right now. Hopefully he's okay.
What happened with them?
He had COVID for a while, and he just recently recovered from it. Yeah.
Yeah, having that definitely sucks. I went through that this year, and I was not able to like stream for like a whole week because I just felt like absolute shit.
Oh yeah. I heard from like a close friend of mine that having COVID is just like a hangover. I can't confirm or deny it, but that's what they describe it as. What is that true?
Depending on, I would not know. I don't drink, but I would equate it more to having a really bad case of the flu. Although I think the flu was actually worse for me because at least I didn't like throw up with COVID. My body just did not want me moving much.
Hmm. Nice.
Long day at work, but things went well. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, at least we're busy. Okay. So I guess.
What game are you currently playing right now?
Right now, well, quite a few things. Yesterday, because I was taking a break from Final Fantasy 14, so I came back the first time in like a month. Since I also play with my friend Edna and the others, because they're the ones that got me into 14. But also,
welcome to the stream.
But also, right now, as far as JRPGs, I'm playing through Nier Replicant, actually.
Nier Replicant.
Mm-hmm.
That is another game I need to give a shot because I really like Nier Automata, other than some shmup sections because I suck at that.
Yeah, my online sister Edna has been begging me to try Nier for a long time, and I finally was able to snatch a copy of Replicant at a GameStop. So I was like, you know what? It's finally about time I try it out, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. My first playthrough so far, it's pretty good.
That's good. That's good. Have you played Automata?
I played a little bit at a friend's house just to get a taste of it, but aside from it, I currently don't own it yet. But it's definitely one of the games I intend to collect for sure.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Just prepare yourself because you got to do multiple playthroughs as different characters, as well as prepare your emotions. Definitely prepare your emotions. I got to give myself some free time and play some games again. Yeah, I need to play more games off stream myself. Like I've been trying to stream more of like FGO events, but then I realized, doing this while I have a limited time limit for completing the event makes me realize, maybe I'm better off just playing this off stream and talking to everyone while I do it.
Yeah, I'll let you know right now. At least right now, I'm not committed to like a schedule just because sometimes I have real life obligations that need my attention. Sometimes I just simply don't have the time. So I basically, instead of a schedule, I list out the games I intend to play, or intend to stream rather, because I stream. So it's like easier. So it'll give me like a reminder, like, hey, Keith, you're supposed to stream Persona 4 Gold, and you're supposed to stream blah blah blah. It gives me at least incentive to do it. So that's what I've done for myself so far, as far as like what I want to stream.
I'm not one to play mobile games. Normally, neither am I, but I just love the story and characters for FGO. And Honkai, yeah, I guess you could call that a mobile game, but I play it on the PC port. Same with Genshin. I could never see myself playing that on mobile without a controller. Yeah, if FGO actually required any really advanced like input, like maybe Dragon Ball Legends or something, then I probably would not play it. But FGO is just turn-based. Never saw the of them. Then the monetary practices always turned me off. Fair. As someone that has wailed for some of these characters, I can tell you it is very tempting.
Yeah, my philosophy is at least for me, I only will if I really truly want the character, or if I feel like I have a good chance, and that like feel the confidence pretty much.
Yeah, when it comes to like FGO, I tell myself, see, because we're behind JP by like 2 years, we know what servants are coming and when, so we can save our sync quartz. And I'm just like, alright, save up big for this to increase my chances. Meanwhile, with Honkai or Genshin, I'm saving up to be like, okay, I need to have at least this much when a character comes out that I really want and I can guarantee hit pity. Fate is way too complicated. I'll only dip my toes into Ilya and that's it. Helps it has very cute lollies. Chloe is top tier. It's actually CHLOE. But I do agree, Chloe is definitely top tier. That's why I have her at level 100, and I fed her 5 holy grails in Fate Grand Order. Yes. Honestly, that is another video I would want to make, how to get into the Fate series, because it's really not as complicated as people make it out to be.
Yeah, I think, at least for me, the way I got into it was like this friend, believe it or not, is not that into anime, and he was the one that recommended me the original Fate Stay Night, and I watched the anime of that, from Studio Dean, people die.
Yeah, Studio Dean. Yeah. Everyone always dunks on the Studio Dean Fate Stay Night anime, but it's got a fantastic soundtrack, and it adapts the Fate route pretty well, except for a few episodes that try to cram in other aspects from other routes.
Yeah. So
honestly, the simplest way I would say to get into Fate is either download the visual novel and go through the Fate route, then Unlimited Blade Works, then Heaven's Feel, then do then go in whatever order you want. Or if you only want to watch anime, then just watch Dean Stay Night, the 2006 adaptation, then watch Fate Zero, then watch the Unlimited Blade Works anime, and then you can go in whatever order you want after that.
That's pretty much what I did, like as far as I started with the Dean anime, then I discovered Zero, and then I feel like
go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like literally, I think when they announced they were gonna adapt Heaven's Feel, a buddy of mine was able to give me the links for the Fate Stay Night visual novel, and I was able to just read the prologue and went straight to Heaven's Feel, and that's how I got my Heaven's Feel exposure, for sure.
Yeah, honestly, the only problem I have with the Fate Stay Night visual novel is the prologue is such a drag.
Oh yeah.
It takes so long for things to start getting interesting. But once it does, it almost just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
I've spoken with Fate fans and they make it complicated. It also doesn't help that the creator of Fate keeps adding what is and isn't canon. Actually, that's not true. Literally everything... It doesn't matter what order things happen, but the creator has said basically anything Fate made is canon in some universe. Like, all the bad endings in the visual novel where the main character dies from choosing the wrong choice, he considers that canon in its own proper thing. For Nasu, he doesn't care what order things happen, but basically anything that could happen has its own
Yeah.
timeline. That's why I watched Ilya, since as far as I'm aware, it isn't canon to the Fate series as a whole. No, it is. Again, like I said, everything is canon. It's just not.
I think I can take this a step further. Like the Japanese Japanese definition of canon is a little bit different than I guess say what Marvel or DC's interpretation of canon. I think that's one thing to consider. It's gonna be different, but it's if it's probably true to the creator, then it's probably true. That's just the way I see it.
Yeah, I think when people say Fate is complicated, it's just oh well, what led into this? It's such. It's just everything is canon in terms of the order of things happening. That's when things are just a little bit more complicated, but Natsu has said before that everything that can happen is canon. FGO, it just involves different timelines and such mainly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Literally, there is a Fate Stay Night sequel visual novel that involves Shiro having not only Shiro, but all the characters having knowledge of all the routes contained in the Fate Stay Night visual novel, and it's in a sequel. And from what I've read, no one's been able to explain it in a way that actually makes sense. And I think Natsu himself was stated saying, "Don't think about it too hard."
Yeah.
He just wanted to make a sequel where everyone knew what had happened from the previous story and go about how would they all react after the fact.
I'm just gonna say this is kind of a little bit similar but different from say Akira Toriyama of Dragon Ball. He sort of just, there are certain things that probably mesh well, but then sometimes he's just screw it, I'm gonna add this to it. Whether you like
Akira Toriyama just forgets things. That's his problem.
That's the thing too. But
I'm looking at you, Dragon Ball Minus, and what you did to Bardock.
I do appreciate his interpretation of Broly though, and also
I love his interpretation of Broly. Yeah, it's 1,000 times better than Kakarot.
Oh yeah.
I hate Z Broly. He's basically everything that's wrong with Dragon Ball Z. He does look cool when he's kicking ass, though. I will give that.
So I guess I was looking into a little bit on your Twitter. You also RP as well, right?
Yeah, I love the roleplay. It's fun.
Nice. Pretty cool.
Yeah, roleplaying is it's a lot of fun for me. It's how I actually wanted to originally start as a VTuber was role-playing, and now I still do roleplay. So hey, best of both worlds.
Yep, I kind of do as well. Actually, I made most of my online friends because of roleplay, so there you have it.
Same here. That's how I met Cerno, roleplay.
Yep.
Oh, I talked so much about Fate.
I mean, it's all good. You're lucky that I used to be super into it back then. That I can definitely try to carry the conversation a little bit. So it's all good.
Yeah, I can go on and on about Fate, but
have you?
People really do make it sound more complicated than it actually is to
have you
get into it, because there's basically two different ways to start it.
Yeah, have you checked out the other Nasuverse?
The other Fate franchises?
Well, not necessarily other Fate franchises, but other Nasuverse stuff.
You mean Kara no Kyokai, Garden of Sinners?
Yeah, all that other extra stuff, I guess.
I want to start doing that. I just need to actually start doing that. I know Ryogi Shiki. I did start some of Kara no Kyokai a few years ago, but I never finished it. That is one thing I need to finish.
I remember, I got I watched, I think, who was the YouTuber? It was like Glass Reflections. Like, his review of one of the movies, and then it got me curious. I was like, oh shit, this is the Nasuverse. And then
Yeah, Nasuverse is dark as hell.
damn, like, I was... let me just tell you, like, it's a ride. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to give anything away.
4 episodes of Garden of Sinners, and it ain't for kids, that's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It is very, very dark, very triggering themes.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to one day read Suki on my own. I wouldn't be able to stream that because it has some very triggering content.
Oh yeah.
And lewdness. It's being Gundam.
It's definitely something I want to like read one day as well. But just like you, just need to find a time. Gundam. Oh yeah. I'm starting to be enjoyable.
I was just reading what Morph said. I've actually never finished a single Gundam series. The closest I've ever gotten is, I think, watching like a few episodes of like Gundam Seed. I think I watched like maybe up to 12 episodes and then I just never finished.
I watched all of Wing. I binged all of the original, and I think I watched a little bit of Zeta, but I've never finished it. That's the thing.
The one thing that stops me from watching Gundam is just like there's so many. It's like,
yeah, that's true.
I wonder if that's how people that haven't gotten into Yu-Gi-Oh feel when they see all the animes. It's like, which one do I pick?
Yeah, you see, I'm kind of like enjoyable of a lot of things. Like Yu-Gi-Oh was definitely something I can also talk a lot of hours of. Do you also play as well?
Yu-Gi-Oh I definitely grew up with. I grew up with the original Yu-Gi-Oh up to like the last thing I watched of Yu-Gi-Oh was the Shadow Rider arc. Was it called the Shadow Rider arc? It was. It was like the first 50 episodes of like 5D.
Oh, 5Ds. I was gonna say, this Orichalco stuff. Oh, right, 5Ds. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, 5Ds.
Yeah.
Card games on motorcycles. It's actually really good. Actually.
Oh yeah, 5Ds is quite intensive. At least the first 3, but
yeah, the first 2 seasons I watched 5D, and then I did not get into anything else past that. And I've tried. I've played Master Duel, and I know how to do some of the advanced mechanics. But I swear, if I played ranked and I run into someone that's just doing like a combo that takes like 2 or 3 minutes, I'm just like, why do people?
Oh yeah, funny you mentioned that. Recently, they actually added a casual mode in the game now. Believe it or not, with no ranks attached.
Just hope it doesn't get infested with.
Oh yeah.
With hardcores.
Definitely, that would be a bad time. But oh yeah. I guess I can name some highlight monsters that I collected over years. Like Jinzo's definitely one of them. Oh man, that was like
Jinzo was such a cool monster.
He was actually my first.
No, you don't.
My first boss monster that I grew attached to, and then it was like when GX came out. Like I got into Elemental Heroes and then Light Swarms.
I love the Elemental Heroes. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is just a tutorial on how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And why Elemental Heroes are so popular. You're not wrong. Honestly, I really love the GX era of Yu-Gi-Oh! In terms of the card game.
Yeah,
I think that's...
The GX era definitely made things fun. In fact, Jaden Judai literally became my probably still to this day, he's still my favorite protagonist.
He's one of my favorite protagonists. I really love the Elemental Heroes. It always gave such variety. Because back then you could have like 30 cards in your side deck. So you always had a good solution for a lot of things. And I bet a lot of people were complaining when the side deck got limited to... actually, no, not side deck. Extra deck got limited to 15 cards.
Yeah.
So that probably nerfed Elemental Hero decks pretty hard. Also, one of my biggest issues with modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! It's way too easy to get your boss monster out. It's so easy.
For sure. Like, Master Duels got to the point where it's like, I was crafting decks that I didn't think I would, and like, the current one I crafted was like Blue Eyes Chaos Mask, because I was getting tired of getting curb stomped by Eldritch for like the umpteenth time. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna not really go meta, but like slowly you're just gonna curb stomp you with this 4,000 blue eyes that can double pierce you.
Yeah, speaking of Eldrix, I remember when I was experimenting with a Dark Magician deck, which is actually my favorite deck to run in Master Duel, because there's so much variety and so many ways to help you out of a bad situation. I actually beat an Eldritch deck. Hey, thank you for the follows! Zeal? I'm just gonna call you Zeal. I'm bad at pronouncing names, sorry.
Yeah.
I beat an Eldritch deck, and I showed a screenshot of it, and my best friend Lane was just like, wait, did you just win against Eldritch? And I'm like, I don't know, let me send the video of it.
Yeah.
And they're like, you beat Eldritch. I'm like, is that good? And they're like, they're a meta deck.
Yeah,
like,
Eldritch, I feel like, as long as you have ways to just get rid of their back row, it's like they can't really do shit. Like, I recently crafted a ABC XYZ Dragon Cannon deck. Like, as soon as I get...
Chaz it up?
As soon as I... Yeah, Chaz it up. Chaz it up or Kaiba, whatever your interpretation is. Like, I was like, holy shit, this can also be Eldritch too, because I can just discard whenever my opponent's turn, my turn, just remove their back row, so they don't have to do shit.
I love to you too.
Hell then. Oh, Scala. I think that's my first VTuber that I interviewed.
That's you?
Yeah, she's in your chat.
And how do you two know each other? I'm sorry,
she was actually the one that I saw the model of, and basically was like my inspiration to just look up how to VTube, how to like.
Oh.
VTube. Yeah.
Well, lovely to meet ya.
Yep.
But yeah, when it comes to Master Duel, I don't really play it all that much. I don't even log in. Like, I know I should, but it's just like I can't even bring myself to do it. It's just like, it's there. I've crafted like 4 or 5 decks. The deck I'm currently trying to make is like Dragon Maid, and I swear the only reason I'm trying Dragon Maid is because I'm a fan of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I love Dragon Maid.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I want to try.
Is that the reason why that archetype exists? Because of that anime? I have to think that was one of the reasons.
I don't know when Dragon Maid first came out. Maybe it did. I felt bad for Jaden in the later part of the series.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, he was a guy just wanting to have fun with a good duel. Yeah, and then everything involving Yubel happened.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, the final season...
Honestly...
the final 2 seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! DX are really mature.
Yeah, it's like, I love Judai's transformation. Like, that... Actually, like, his aesthetics alone, like, one of the aesthetics I love, like in general in fictional characters, is like trench coats or like red, or maybe the mixture of both. Like that. That's like my thing usually. Like holy shit, that's all that. Like that's such a cool transformation, man. Like that's.
Yeah, it is cool. Kana has a superpower if those thighs don't lie. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Everyone says, "Oh, Kana's so innocent and must protect." Everyone just overlooks the scene where she was about to dom Saikawa. I think that was the girl's name.
Yeah.
Let me actually look that up because now it's bothering me. Yeah, it's Saikawa. Yeah, I remember that scene where she was flat out about ready to top Saikawa until Toru busted into the room. I'm just like, yeah, that dragon knows what she's doing. She ain't innocent. She's just ignorant. There's a difference.
Oh yeah, for sure. So what are some, I guess, animes you love? I think we already mentioned some like that you're currently watching, and
my favorite anime. I didn't overlook that scene. I paid very close attention. I see you are very cultured, more. But my favorite anime is Fate Zero. I love everything about it. It's got a fantastic soundtrack. It's got amazing characters. No one's really thrown away. There's still a little bit of humor in it, so I can relate to the characters more. The animation is amazing.
Yep.
The characters are amazing. It's just the closest thing to perfect for me. And I would say my second favorite anime might be the first season of Clannad, because it's got such a good balance of story and comedy. I would include the second season of Clannad After Story, but I watched it once, and it broke my soul, and I'm never going through that again.
Oh yeah.
Clannad After Soul is After Story is depressing as hell.
For sure.
Bro, Skandar, yeah, Skandar is amazing in that one.
I'd say one of my favorite animes that I come back to at least once a year is Code Geass, the Lucia the Rebellion.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites as well. I actually have both seasons on my desk.
Same. I have both box sets of. I actually have the original Bandai one for the first season, and the second one I got when they were merged with Funimation. I think I got like the whole box set of that.
Nice. I have it before they. Wait, do you mean Funimation merging with Crunchyroll?
Oh no, I mean like when. Sorry, I meant like when Funimation obtained the rights from Bandai. Like I think Bandai.
Oh.
Yes, that's what
I can't remember if my box set. Actually, no. I think it was before Funimation acquired them. Yeah, you want to know what Blu-ray set I wish I had gotten when I had the chance? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Now they lost the rights and it's expensive as hell.
About Zero Experiment Lane. That's also another.
I've never sat down and watched all of Brotherhood.
Yeah, that's also another good anime. Zero Experiment Lane. I haven't fully finished it, but I've definitely loved at least the opening aesthetics of Lane. It's pretty deep, for sure.
Of course, I'm cultured. You should see my banner on Twitter since we're talking about favorite anime. Mine is Serial Experiments Lane. I've heard good things about that ever since I was younger. One of these days, I'm gonna have to check it out.
My understanding is like basically everything we know about social media and like the internet today. It's like Serial Experiment Lane sort of like hints at that, and this was made like when the internet was at its inception. Like it sort of just predates that. I was like, holy crap, that's so meta, sort of thing.
Oh, now I see who you are. Morphbox. Lolly is free speech. Okay, that earns you a follow on my Twitter.
Nice.
But I'm sorry. I love lollies and I love MILFs.
Hey, respectable.
Yup.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine with some good old titties, but you know, I don't discriminate.
I mean, I also love Astolfo as well, so I do love my traps. Yes, I will refer to them as traps because Twitter, you are not going to take away me calling them traps and say, oh, trap is offensive because you just replaced the term trap with twink.
Yeah, Twitter's a special place, that's what I can say. I'm not going to get into a lot, but two of my Tales people basically got chewed up for sharing like fan art without properly sourcing them. Like it's really stupid when I saw that whole thing go down.
That is the... Wait, did the artist get mad at them, or were these just fans getting mad?
These were like... Basically, this person like tells us hysteria like a whole lot, and she was kind of getting at this person that roleplays Magalu just for showing art. Like they weren't really doing anything wrong. They were kind of like going after them just because of like that reasoning.
Just because they like either traps, lollies, or shodas?
No, it's more like they basically didn't put the effort to like sourcing the artist, even though some of it's like they're
sourcing art. That can be...
Yeah.
That topic is a little
blurred,
complicated to me, because it's kind of a situation where I don't think either is in the absolute right. Like, you should source your art if you remember to, but at the same time, I don't think it's worth really throwing up a stink if they forget to source the art.
Yeah.
Now, if the tweet blows up and it's getting a lot of attention, you should source the artist, because you want to make sure that the exposure that you're now receiving and you didn't expect is now also being sent to the artist. But if it's like a nothing post and it gets like 3 likes, it's just like, it doesn't harm anyone.
Yeah.
I
think it's basically what I was trying to say. Like, there was a bit of like a civil war between like some of my Tails mutuals. Like, it was like, one side was like for like trying to grill them for like not properly sourcing. The other side was like, well, it's not a big deal. Some of them were just kind of like joking, or just posting harmless like stuff. So it's kind of interesting how that went down during that week. I was like, oh crap. That's why 2 of them just decided to confide in my Discord, because they couldn't take Twitter anymore because of the vitriol they were getting from it. That's all I'll say for now.
No, that's fine, Morphbox. I don't mind if you post some stuff, whether I agree or disagree. I mean, it's not like you're trying to like be a word.
Kaisuko Guru was saying.
Kaisuko Guru was saying. It's not like you're trying to build a platform for yourself where you have to like watch what you say. You just have a Twitter account where you like to post what you like and such.
Yeah, Kaisuko was saying Astolfo isn't even trans anyway. Would you agree?
That's Astolfo is definitely not trans. Astolfo will just fuck what he likes.
Yeah, I feel like Venti in some aspects is kind of in the same category, right?
Yeah, Venti will just fuck whatever he likes, and Venti does whatever he likes. Astolfo does whatever he likes.
Yep.
I hate it when people try to say that Astolfo is trans, because Astolfo's character would just be like, I don't even care about having a title or whatever. It's just like, I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to.
Oh dang, Sea Dog's on.
And also, Astolfo's lore is interesting, because supposedly his background lore is he had so much sex he legit got tired of it, and now he's like only interested in like doing it with like people he cares about.
Yeah.
So he used to be a mad horn dog.
I'm just gonna say for the record, I remember when saying things were a trap wasn't like a connotation. I remember when it's like, oh, this character is a trap, they're cute, and then that was all there is to it. And then now it's like, if you say that on Twitter, oof.
Now people can't even identify as trap, which for me offends me, because before I realized, I want to be a big VTuber titty character, I kind of took pride in the fact that a lot of people I talked to, they thought I was legit female. And I took pride in having the whole trap thing, because I'm like, no.
Yeah. I mean, I think I got that impression before I heard your voice, and I was like, oh shit, that's cool. Respectable.
Yeah, everyone always thinks I'm my real life gender, which I don't really care about that, but the only time I really care about that is like when people are just like, oh, I thought you were this gender because you act this way, and I'm just like, good. I like it when people think that I'm the other way, because I'd rather be called cute and such.
Alright.
Wait, so if you got domed enough times, does that mean you'll get tired of it too? No. I've been domed plenty of times and I have not gotten tired of it. But I think Astolfo literally just had so much sex all around the world, like more sex than you could possibly imagine, that he just got tired of it just being like completely mindless and nothing around it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but when it comes to, but because he did all that, when it comes to teasing people, he knows how to tease people.
Yep.
You just need to look at FGO and his attraction to Master for that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Saber Astolfo, he really puts on the charm.
Mm.
I imagine them sending D-pics and being absolutely shocked and you sending one back. No, I would not send one back.
Yeah.
I've only had like one time where a role player.
Another like trap character I came to adore is Ruka from Steins Gate. If you know that. You know.
Not read the visual novel for Steins Gate.
Yeah, he's one of the trap characters. It's funny. It's like because it's all about timelines and time travel. Like when Okabe went back into like a time like he was actually like a girl in that timeline, and then it's like really interesting. It's like, oh, that's how they're gonna go about this and this subplot point.
Honestly, people are just too openly sensitive nowadays. People are also massive dicks. I'll call out the bullshit on either side. I just want to enjoy life and make the world a little better. There's nothing wrong with that, Morph. God, I still remember that monster can incident. The internet was not the same after that. I'm appreciative for that for all the Astolfo fan art.
Yeah, I feel like people just need to just take
People need to calm down.
And like not take everything as like a vitriol thing. Like not everything's out to get you. Like relax, you know.
Yeah, Astolfo has a monster under that skirt. Yep, he has a monster under that skirt, and I would bend over for him.
Yep. I mean, I'd probably do that for you too. Just kidding.
Wait, you would bend over?
I guess if you asked. Joking.
Okay, so you're a bottom then.
I guess so.
Look,
I am a trickster VTuber, so I have my
I would just have to tease you until you taught me then, if that was the case.
Guess we gotta get that social link up though.
That one picture, and then they realized they were both bottoms.
Yeah.
The only way that is ever solved is one side teases the other until the other side becomes the top for that. And in most cases, people always tell me, damn, I'm a bottom, but you made me a top for you. I'm like, good.
Kazuko's like based. It's like, yeah. I've made my move, Kai. I can't take it back.
I feel bad for the guy having to lug that around 24/7. You know, legit, probably, because unlike anime magic where you can make it whatever size you want at any time, imagine trying to have that in like walking around.
Morph, is it fair to assume that you're a fan of tsunderes then?
I don't mind them. Like, I really like Rin Tosaka.
No, that question was for Morph because he's saying that you're too easy. So I would assume that he likes tsunderes. That's my assumption.
I prefer someone who's got a bit more of a bite. I'm easy to seduce. When both characters are bottoms, and then suddenly a third person appears and absolutely doms them. Oh, so you mean like Chloe with Miyu and Ilya?
I mean, with my case, would you really see me coming?
Say what?
No, in my case, would you really see me coming? Get it?
Yeah, I get it. That's a good one. I really should have... I can't even say that. I should have predicted that.
Oh, man.
Don, you don't have a dick unless Merlin gives you one, though. Now, I know Merlin's spell to give myself a dick. I just don't like to, use it. Though there are times where people still want to dom me, but they want me to have a dick, and I'm like, sure, okay. As long as you're still topping.
I mean, in this way, at least no one has to discriminate. It's like if they want to get the dick, they'll get the dick. If they want the tits, they'll get the tits.
Well, I do like Chloe, Asha, and the Dojins. I do have lollies in them. I just want to sit on Dawn's face. Hey, I am perfectly fine with my face being your throne. Maybe before Dawn is giving this little fairy ideas that probably involve gore, and I'm all for it. I'm an absolute degenerate.
I mean, I think we are on the inside. At least.
I'm gonna be honest, I used to not like that word until, the internet kind of made it, like, an identifier word for, like, the difference between, like, some crazy people and some people that still have, like, their sanity and aren't offended by everything.
Yeah. I mean, my VTuber icon, Kason, is a full-on degenerate. She absolutely embraces her role. She's streaming right now, by the way. Shout out to Kason. Kokokiri, Kason.
Kason. I like tsunderes, but I like the cute, innocent girl, too. Oh, my. Look, the difference between me being a lolicon and others being a lolicon, they want to top the lolly. I want the lolly to top me, because size difference is hot as fuck.
Yeah. Personally, like, my thing is, like, if they have red hair, that's kind of an automatic eye catcher for me, and if they have a certain personality, that's, like, another thing for me. Like, you meet those prerequisites, or have a shade of red, you're mine.
You want to top the lolly, I want the lolly to top me. We are not the same. Dawn, yep, is dropping in to say hi. I don't know, why are you awake? If you need to sleep, then sleep.
Although, don't listen to Morgana. Don't listen to Morgana, though. He might make you sleep.
Go to who?
No, I was just saying, don't listen to Morgana. He might make you sleep. Because,
Size difference and topping the lolly is hot, too. However, doming the lolly is very rewarding. Oh, my. I mean, hey, it's fiction, so do what you want.
Like 6 a.m. in the morning. Well, you must be from the other side of the world, I would imagine.
I don't think I've ever asked where Shima lives. I think it's in Europe.
Speaking of, I'm actually probably gonna go to Europe in a couple of days, like for a vacay. With the fam.
You did say you're going to do a vacation starting Monday.
Yeah. Parents been sort of planning this, so it's like mostly on them to get things ready.
You can just say, no, I don't want to go. Well, actually, for me, I can say that to my family because this is my job. And it's also a good excuse that I don't to go on a road trip. You can keep your lollies as I nuzzle my face into a soft pair of mommy milkers.
Like it's gotta be Europe. Yeah.
What about short stacks, Toko? What about short stacks like Ilulu or Iruru?
I don't know.
There's two ways to say
One of my favorite short stacks recently has been Sophis from Fire Emblem. She's just quite knowledgeable for her size. Sophis or
who did you say?
Sophis from Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I have not played a Fire Emblem game since Radiant Dawn.
Yeah. And despite
The
what
booty, now that is heaven. I mean, I've got quite the booty and the breasts. I got opai and booty. I need my waifu to be tall so I can always be chest high to them. Opai Lolly is a cursed concept? No. No, it is not. That is a very hot concept to me. Lane? Yeah, Lane does have me beat in the ass area. They do have a slightly bigger ass. You ever watch High School DxD?
High School DxD, I've seen clips, but I've definitely probably fapped to it, though. Probably. Most likely.
Okay, so fun fact. My body sizes, my 3 sizes, are based off Ria's Grimory.
Oh, shit.
Yup.
I bet Kaizuko would get some of that, because he likes his cities, too. If
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Yeah, I like big butts. I'm gonna say it. I like big butts, I like big tits, I like big dicks. I like everything big.
I mean, the saying does so, bigger is probably better. It must be true.
Opai Lolly is wonderful, just like all lollies. Rias is mommy, though. Yeah, she definitely is. Rias is a great character, though.
Kaizuko's like, damn right, boobies for the win. Yeah, of course. It is an absolute win. Anyone that says otherwise is just wrong. I'm sorry.
What is wrong?
Not liking boobies is wrong.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're gay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't discriminate, but you know.
Only my small form is actually canon to what I was based on. Look, Opai Lolly gets head patted, and if I miss, they get boob patted.
Oh my.
Konako is best girl. Sorry, not sorry. I do like Konako quite a bit from High School DxD, especially in the later seasons where she warms up more to Issei. I almost said Yusei for some reason.
I mean, it sounds pretty similar. It's quite understandable.
I do love Konako's English dub because she is so blunt.
Like, I'll admit, like, going back to Code Geass, like, my crush there was C2 for the longest time, but then when I started to like redheads, like, I started to believe, like, I like Colin quite a bit as much, and I'm starting to also like her Seiyu, because she also voices Eleanor for Syria in the Japanese version, so it's like, she also voices Ryuko, like, all the degenerate, or, I'm not degenerate, delinquent characters, and all, like, the redheads or red hair characters, or most of them. That I
voiced by who?
I forgot the Seiyu's name, but she voices Ryuko, Eleanor, and Colin from Code Geass.
Yeah, Colin and Akiza are basically the same, like, design.
I remember her name. Ami Komishitsu, I believe, is the Seiyu's name, if I remember correctly.
Which design of High School DxD do you like more, the older version or the current version? The older version. The older animation makes them look a bit more mature. They look a little bit more moified in the newer animation style. It's what I do.
I don't know. I just want to mess with that just to see what happens.
Yeah, it's called you smack my tits and they bounce.
I guess
I actually like the current version a lot.
I guess you never see it coming.
And the colors pop out more. Yeah, some characters do look pretty good with the new animation style, but I just like the older animation style. It's entirely preference. What were you going to say, Kiefster?
I don't know. Just wanted to see what reward thingies to mess with, but I don't know. Does anybody in the chat have questions for me? I guess on Dawn's side, or, well, I only have Kaizuko kind of talking on my end, but
The characters look oh wait, I already read that. You just can't get that jiggle with the old animation. No, you can still get the same jiggle physics with the newer animation.
Oh yeah, speaking of anime, like this season, I'm only watching quite a few. Like,
oh, I'm sorry, I don't make the rules, Kaizo. What?
KX. Well, sure. I mean, that's one social link that we'll have to fully establish, isn't it?
And then you find out my background lore. Oh yeah, I destroyed a planet. Did you know that?
Oh God. Well, that would be quite the ordeal. Social link. Or in Persona 5, they're called confidants, so it's a little bit more personal in that regard.
Isn't that outfit copyright, by the way? Not that I know of. If it was, more people would have probably gotten in trouble for it.
I mean, the way I justify it is if Sonic the Hedgehog can be a VTuber, why not Joker? So,
I mean, if you ever get in trouble for it, you'll handle it then.
well, eventually I might just redesign my whole character to be more original anyway, but I need to find some cool people or just find a way to do it myself and just see what it takes. But for now, I guess the other way to picture is just picture my character maybe cosplaying as Joker, I guess. I don't know. I just really like Joker. That's my justification.
Yeah, the one thing with the Dawn social link is, as long as you're honest, Dawn will allow a harem.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as long as you're honest, that's the thing. If it's like... The one thing I don't like about trying to have, like, a harem in, like, Persona 5 and Persona 4 is the character hides it.
Yeah,
They hide it until Valentine's Day.
I personally am faithful to my kohai Kasumi, Sumire.
I don't know anything about Kasumi, but
That's what I'm gonna say. For now, I'm loyal to her because she deserves it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know that Noir has basically claimed her.
Mm-hmm.
The waifu I'm the most loyal to in terms of Persona 5. There's actually two, but my number one is
Sega
Makoto.
will eventually give a shit along with everybody else, although I wouldn't fuck with Nintendo's. I mean, I just really admire Joker, man. I don't know what else to say. Like, I just decide to take the plunge, and it's, you know, if I ever take this VTuber thing seriously, then I'll definitely redesign. But for now, I kind of don't feel like putting in the work. Sorry.
Alright, Shima. Have a good time. Yeah, I think you're fine with your current VTuber model for now.
Yeah.
I think if you ever got bigger, that is when I think Atlas might pay attention.
Yeah, and then what I'll do is I'll find a way to make my character more my OC, and I'll basically mitigate that.
Honestly, maybe the way you could just help yourself is if you got rid of the eye mask. If you got rid of that, I don't think you would get in trouble for it, because that suit could look like a number of things, not just Joker.
Yeah, true.
It's only the mask that makes me think Joker.
Yeah.
Haven't played Persona 5 yet. I'll wait till the PC release comes out and I'll give it a playthrough. Basically didn't want to buy a PS4 for a couple of days. The same reason I don't want to buy a PS5.
Although this is also my way of saying, Atlas, make Joker, make a Joker VTuber if you haven't already. I'm basically kind of, if they're looking, I'm giving them an inspiration right there, since no one else is gonna do it. And get Xander Mopus to voice it.
Oh yeah, the original Persona 5 is also on PS3, but I heard it doesn't run that well.
Oh no, I played the original Sonic 3 and PS3 on my cousin's house. It's really kind of slow.
Not even just frame rate wise, but it like stutters a lot, I imagine.
A bit. Just a bit.
Ooh, glad I didn't get it on PS3. Do you guys ever get so sucked into side questing so much that the main story afterwards becomes a joke? Literally me with every RPG, I swear. I normally have to try to focus on the main quest, or otherwise the rest of it becomes a curb stomp. Except for Tales of Exilia's final boss at the hardest difficulty. Fuck, that's so hard. Because you remember the final boss for Xillia, right?
I believe it or not, I haven't played, but I've read a lot of about Xillia, but I haven't tried the games out yet.
Yeah. What makes it a bitch is, you know how fast you can use apple gels and such?
Yeah.
It's just almost instant.
Uh-huh.
With a 2-second cooldown.
Uh-huh.
Imagine if the final boss could do that too, and they have an unlimited number of items.
Yeah.
Legit, they have apple gels.
And in terms of established characters being VTubers, I have a friend that wants to be a Magilou VTuber. Character is a Magilou from Tales of Berseria. So it's I'm not the only one that's gonna come try to be an established character from a game. So it's I'm not alone on that front. But yeah, I get that's kind of treading like water, but you know.
Oh my gosh, my friend just sent me information that Arcuade, the 7th anniversary servant that released I think even less than a week ago, someone's already Bond 15 them. It takes me a year just to get one of my servants to Bond 10. How the fuck? How in the hell? How much FGO is this person consuming?
I'm denying that. It's how are they feeding their family correctly? That's my question. It's wow.
It's just even my favorite servant, Tamamo, is at Bond 11 right now. I haven't even gotten her to Bond 15 yet. It takes so long. How? How do you play the game that much? I usually try and do every piece of content in a game. As long as I can be that world and not get sucked out, I'm good and happy. But would you rather be sucked off than sucked out?
Hmm.
Level 40.
I'd rather get the breast work. That's what I say. The breasts do the work.
Level 40 when the main quest is low to mid 20s and I'm still not done. That was basically with Xenoblade 2 until I think the final boss. I did so many side quests that the main quest was really easy. But then again, I can't help myself because I'm constantly wanting a challenge. And Xenoblade 2 definitely gives me that with all the side content.
I have this buddy of mine that got really excited when Pyra Mephra was announced for Smash, and he loved Xenoblade, and that was obviously his new main for a good while.
Yeah, Shulk is actually my main in Smash Ultimate, but I haven't played the original game. I'm just really good with him. When I get serious, it's always a shirtless Shulk. Shirtless Shulk is my main.
Respectable.
If I played Smash more, then Pyra and Mythra would probably be my mains, but I don't play Smash as much. I should. I mean, yes, of course, but the small has to be submissive after they're done being a lolly for a bit. Oh my.
Well, I just say this, if you go against Pyra Mephra, you'll definitely get their down B, especially Pyra. She quite thick with those, that Inferno down B that's even thicker than Ike's down B.
Yeah, I remember when people modded in jiggle physics for Pyra and Mythra, and the internet lost their shit on both sides. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of prefer you as Opie Lolly Cerno, I'm gonna be honest. makes you stand out.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
I was almost a lolly design, but then I realized, maybe I'm less likely to get canceled if I go with big Onechon vibes rather than smug lolly vibes.
Yeah. But, Gaguro doesn't seem to give a fuck about that, to be honest, so.
Hey, girl can get away with a lot of shit, though.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I could too now. If money were not an issue, I probably would commission a Lolly Dawn design.
Hmm. Well,
But, money is money.
Yeah. I was gonna say, characters I made in Smash, obviously Joker, but sometimes I go with, red, blue, yellow, alts. A secondary female Byleth, because, that sword whip is just... Well, funny enough, I didn't play the female alt in 3 houses because I want to immerse myself and probably marry one of the girl units, but,
Which character?
Byleth, the female alt.
Oh.
MC for 3 houses. Yeah.
I need to play 3 houses one of these days.
She is my secondary, but, for Smash, I use the female alt because she's hotter, obviously.
I remember when Byleth was announced for Smash, I just smacked my hands down on the desk and I'm like, I'm done. We got another Fire Emblem character, damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was the last character in the wave of DLC and everyone was just like, it's going to be something big. We got Joker, we got Banjo. Who's going to be the last one? Fire Emblem. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I'm but a simple Eldritch bug man who tried to take over the world, but I was stopped by the lollies. So you're a tentacle monster then. Abigail Williams is a lolly that can double as a tentacle monster. Yeah, and I simp for the second form of Abigail.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't pay... Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I do pay a bit of attention to the people that scream about lollies and such because it's a little amusing to see people just be immature brats about things like that.
If my justification, if you're honestly a true, I'm saying a true down scumrag and I guess the P word, then yeah, I think you deserve the crucifixion that you get. But if you're self-aware like you, I think it's no problem. As long as you're not creeping on real children, I think that's where it's okay.
No, I hate kids.
You're saying?
Kids, going into real life here for a moment, kids are the reason I have traumatic flashbacks of my middle school. And anytime I ever passed by my middle school after I graduated there, I would imagine burning it down to the ground because middle school kids are little demons.
Oh yeah, for sure. I hated my middle school years. That's what I'll not have fond memories of.
Yeah, if I ever became a parent, I would actually no. I would probably. I would say I would want to homeschool, but I don't know. I'm not that intelligent.
Yeah.
So I would probably have to hire. If I were a parent, I'd probably have to hire a tutor to teach my kid at home because I do not trust the public educational system right now. In fact, small rant, I wish that schools taught you essential life skills and not what the Pythagorean theorem or such like that is. Why did you never teach us how to do our taxes? Why did you never teach us how to do essential skills how to save money and such?
I'd say one of the most useful skills you can probably learn, whether you're learning from school or not, is coding. Shala, my VTuber colleague, likes to code, and I feel if there's any useful skill that you probably can just pick up, or even being taught to, or whatever, maybe pick up, programming. it can go a long way. You can probably make the most badass like VTuber models to programs to live, or you might be able to make like really cool games or concepts. It's like I think coding's like a very cool, useful skill to obtain.
I would definitely say so. Yeah. We've been talking about lollies a lot. I did not expect that.
Yeah, I respect that. I mean, one of my closest friends is like a lolicon too, but like, he's never weird about it. He's like respectable about it, like how you are. So it's like I have little friends that are into it, but they're not like idiot degenerates like about it, like how other are ours. But it's neither here or there.
I'm sorry. I was just reading what Morph said. I had an awful medical experience when I was in middle school. Basically, my blood cells were exploding, and my parents couldn't figure out why outside of my body just did it. Kids were cruel about it, but looking back at it, I'm not mad. It was just kids being kids.
Kaisuko Guru's comments like, boobs bad, Twitter and Reset Era. Like, don't even get me started with Reset Era, man. That's such
I have not looked at anything Reset Era has said in a long time, unless like Hero Hey is like talking about it or something, but I don't think even Hero Hey talks about Reset Era because it's too easy bait.
Yeah.
But yeah, Twitter is just, you gotta use it if you want to grow in a way, but boy is it an infestation.
Yeah, I basically find my corner and find some cool people to hang with and then stay in that corner. I don't dare go anywhere else outside of my set corner in Twitter.
For some reason, Konami's trending in Japan. I have no idea why, but it's probably not for a good reason.
It's just a joke. Yes, Morphbox, that's 100% correct. They're more of a joke than Joker, that's for sure. I don't know.
Yeah, Reset Era is just a joke. Absolutely agree.
Kaisuko
Reddit
Guru
can sometimes be that way too, though.
Kaisuko Guru says they're only good for cheeks. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, they do find some good leaks of games and such. I'm kind of scared being a 1.7k follower account. Nah, you're fine, Cerno, you're fine. If something ever happened, I've got your back to like try to help you. If something
and then that
happened.
one forum, I forgot what it's called, but they tend to cover Chris Chan often. I don't remember like the name of it, but like,
isn't he on trial or something?
Yeah, I believe so. Something like that.
And I think there was a meme going around that the jury is having to look at this 20-hour video, and it's just so much cringe, and they hate being there or something.
Oh yeah. There's like I don't know how much at this point, it's like 50-something documentary on Chris Chan, and it's like there's a lot of information to digest. That's all I'm gonna say. Like for the people in the courtrooms, for sure. Morphbox is like, yeah, I came to the realization myself. I just hope to follow me on our. Oh sure, yeah, for sure, dude. Please do give me a follow as well, because I'm still trying to grow as well. I'm trying to also befriend fellow VTubers like Dawn here, like the Empress here.
Yeah, we're both trying to grow. We're both trying to learn about each other too. I just hope I'll build a community that will follow me to other platforms that will allow us to speak freely. That would be nice.
Yeah. Like, definitely growing. Definitely growing. I mean, growing in numbers, not in the other way. That's all I'm gonna say for now.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Chris Chan is such a piece of shit. I really don't care if he's misgendered.
Yeah, same.
But that is where I stand on something. If someone is an absolute piece of shit, I don't care what their gender is. They're a piece of shit.
Yeah, if you're a piece of shit, you don't deserve any respect, basically.
Yeah. Besides, pretty sure they got better things to worry about than what people call them, or maybe they don't. I don't know. I'm never going to talk to them, so it's not my problem.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the Kiwi farms. The name was escaping me. I was like trying to remember what the name of the forums. Yeah. Oh boy, that's a whole mess that I probably won't get into here. But
New Kiwi Farms in a while. Kiwi Farms. That feels like the name of a yogurt brand. I love the fake fandom coming up with such funny memes at times.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Honestly, one thing I really dislike about Twitter, and even someone I highly respect like Markiplier isn't immune to it. Everyone feels like they always got to talk about real life things that happened, like the whole. Now, there's a number of things I could list, but you know, when something happens, like in the States, everyone feels the need to talk about what they think about it.
Yeah, that's why one of the rules in my Discord server is like, it's a gaming server. You can talk about almost anything. Don't bring up like politics into this. Like that doesn't belong in these forums. That doesn't belong here. That's my biggest thing.
Unfortunately, even Markiplier succumbed to that because he posted his thoughts on something and said, "If you think different, fuck you." And I'm just like, ooh. Never thought I would see Markiplier say that. And I highly respect Markiplier.
I still do too. I think I have a bit more respect for PewDiePie. A little bit more because he just doesn't give a fuck.
PewDiePie I respect for not giving a fuck. I don't really enjoy his content though. Markiplier I tend to enjoy his content.
I've been enjoying his content recently because he now has moved to Japan and hopefully, he gets collaborated with Trash Taste. Because, oh, by the way, Trash Taste is one of my inspirations for my own podcast. So, shout out to Trash Taste Podcasts.
Huh. Remember when Strawberry Kiwi was just accepted as a flavor combination without a question? That sounds good. That sounds like a Go-Gurt flavor. Is it? Anyone still eat those Go-Gurts? Go-Gurt's good stuff.
Oh
it's
man, good. Every once in a blue moon, I would have one. It's a good sucky.
Yeah, it is a good. Have I ever had Capri Sun? Yes, I've had Capri Sun when I was a kid. I was going to say that Go-Gurt, yeah.
Kaisuku says
it's good stuff to suck out the cream for, but it's rather cold instead of warm.
Kaisuku says Chris is only doing it for the ladies out of degeneracy. Yeah, I mean, I don't think at this point Chris is basically fucked. Like that's already been established. I don't think we need to get into that more. But
I mean, from what I know, Chris John has always just been a piece of shit human being.
Yeah.
Go-Gurt, best frozen. You can't convince me otherwise. I never had Go-Gurt frozen. I always had it in the fridge.
Yeah. Well, I guess in terms of like, I mean, I assume you like ice cream. So, what's your favorite flavor?
Cookie dough flavor ice cream. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I'm more of a mint chocolate chip or a pistachio kind of guy, or sometimes on some occasions, or Rocky chocolate or something.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I used to be a big fan of chocolate ice cream, but now its flavor is just a little too strong.
Too rich. Yeah, I get that. That's why, I mean, I live near Cold Stones. Sometimes I go there to get it, or some shops that have like ice cream.
I also love it with my ice cream with some caramel sauce. I don't know if it's caramel or caramel. Being an ice cream, I can maybe make something like it.
Where I live has like a few like gelato shops, which gelato is also pretty good as well.
Being an ice fairy, I could maybe make something like it. Poop bounce.
Your respect just went up.
Cerno, I just imagined you lactating, but it's ice cream.
Cookie dough is pretty good. too.
Yeah, I love cookie dough. I am not afraid to share my loose thoughts. Rocky Road for
Oh
chocolate.
yeah, Rocky Road. Yeah, that's what I like the taste of that.
Too many times, but I remember it being really good. But sherbet, I haven't had too much of, but I also remember that being good.
I don't really like sherbet. I like my ice cream to be sweet. Well, not too sweet, but like sour kind of ruins it for me a little bit, a tiny bit.
So I literally just said I imagine you having breast milk, but instead of breast milk, it's ice cream. I'm the lewd one here. You're fine right now.
Oh man.
I prefer Moose Tracks over Rocky Road. I don't think I've ever had Moose Tracks.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's your least favorite food?
Have you ever had something called bitter melon? Or heard of it?
I think the only time I've heard of bitter melon is Genshin Impact, honestly.
Okay, so I'm Asian, so basically sometimes my mom will serve me bitter melon for dinner, and in my mind I was like, maybe I want to chuck this in the trash, but then I sort of just deal with it because it's healthy. But yeah.
I've never had it before. My least favorite food, Brussels sprouts. I fucking hate them. I can't stand their smell. I can't stand their taste. Legit, if I eat them, I may actually get sick because I can't stand the taste so much.
What's your beverage of choice?
Beverage of choice? People are gonna laugh at me. If it's in small, if I could have an unlimited number of it, chocolate milk. Yeah, I never grew out of loving chocolate milk.
Are you like a Nestle Quits type kind of guy, or just chocolate milk in general?
Chocolate milk in general. I haven't had too many Nestle Quicks. I mostly had that when I was a kid.
Yeah. Chocolate milk does do the body good. As far as soda is concerned, my beverage for the longest time became, because of Steins Gate, it was Dr. Pepper. I grew to appreciate Dr. Pepper because of Steins Gate for a bit. And I did cosplay as Okabe a few times in Anime Expo. But,
orange juice or apple juice?
It's gotta be...
Apple juice. I love apple juice.
I want to say my current favorite beverage is Canada Dry. Because it just tastes so good.
So in terms of a drink I can get like anywhere, and it's not chocolate milk, because you're not going to go to a bar and get chocolate milk. My drink of choice is actually root beer. That's the soda I have the most of. That's me and eating carrots. I can have carrots in soup and etc., but I just can't eat carrots. My gag reflex kicks in. I think that's what happens with me and Brussels sprouts.
Oh, hey, Muggy I see you in the viewer thing. What's up?
Hello.
But yeah, what's your favorite meal of choice? Like, if you had to have like a Last Supper sort of deal, like what will be like your meal of choice?
There's two. Fettuccine chicken Alfredo or shrimp Alfredo, or barbecue chicken pizza with ranch.
Yeah, for me, I like a good steak. Like literally, oh man, if you grill me a good steak, that's all it takes for me. Other than that, curry rice. That's to die for.
I don't like steak. I know it's un-American and basically a crime to say it, but I do not like steak. But that's because I have a small throat and I have to chew like crazy.
I understand. I mean...
Although I have started to eat steak with barbecue sauce lately, and it tastes a lot better with it.
Yeah, if you go to my house one day, like you can try it with like lemon and like salt. It actually tastes really good, the way it prepare it like that. At least with the way my dad prepares it, anyway.
If you say so. I've just never been a huge fan of steak, though. My dad does make it where I normally enjoy it in some way, but whenever I go out to eat it at a restaurant, I never really enjoy it. And Don has disowned his best friend. I don't like steak. I'm sorry.
I like my steaks medium rare. Respectable. I mean, so do I, but sometimes a little bit rare is pretty does the body good.
I'm not sure which types mine are. The steak I made last time was a perfect medium rare.
Yeah, at my household, we now get accustomed to using an air fryer, so for the most part, our steaks are mostly perfect.
I've recently discovered, and by recently I mean like since last year, I really, really like salmon because that stuff just melts in your mouth and it's not that hard to chew.
Salmon
and it
is
good.
delicious. Do you like sashimi? Like off the cuff?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've had sashimi.
Well,
I once had octopus, and I'm not gonna lie, I only had octopus once because I'm like, you know, with how much I see it in tentacle hentai, I wonder what tentacle actually tastes like.
yeah.
And I'm just like, kind of tastes like chicken.
Oh yeah. On a good day, well, I know a good sushi place like near my place, but it's all you can eat for the most part for a couple hours.
Coco, you say that, and that just makes me think of Splatoon.
Yeah.
Let's see, what, we already discussed, like, one of our favorite desserts, which is ice cream. I can't think of my favorite dessert off the top of my head, but actually, no, I think cherry pie is actually one of my favorite desserts.
Besides ice cream, I'd like... Well, it tastes a little bit rich, but as a child, I loved German chocolate cake that I had for my birthday one time. And then sometimes...
I think I've had it a few times.
Sometimes
I do love my Oreos.
Sometimes a good apple pie or peach
apple
pie.
Pie can be pretty good.
Peach pie would do it for me as well.
I don't think I've ever had peach pie. Red velvet cake. I like red velvet cake. I don't like what happens afterwards. But my stomach is very sensitive, so if I have red velvet cake, I'm not going to be having a good time later on, if you get what I mean.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I enjoy red velvet cake to the point I once had red velvet cake Pop-Tarts, and I'm like, I don't know how they made this, but it's decent, I guess.
Yeah.
I got my favorite dessert, and my mom makes it for my birthday every year. I love... Does that say... Dirt cake?
Dirt cake? That's the first I've ever heard of that.
I've never heard of dirt cake.
Now you're gonna make me look this up. I hope it's something clean.
Dirt cake. Dirt cake recipe is a great conversation.
Interesting.
With gummy worms, display it with a...
I've legitimately never even heard of this until now. Wow.
32 ounces of chocolate sandwich cookies with cream filling. Okay, that sounds good. 1/8 ounce packaged cream cheese softened. 1/2 cup butter softened. Confectious sugar, 3.5 cups of milk. Frozen whipped topping thawed. This sounds like something you could get from Dairy Queen.
It's a chocolate cake meant to look like dirt. Well, I've definitely heard of lava chocolate cake, but not dirt cake. That's the first for me.
Yeah, that even comes with the gummies. I do, honestly, when it comes to some of my favorite chocolate items, I really like it when it's warm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, chat is probably going to be lewd with this, but do you like donuts?
Oh, I love donuts. My parents, when they have the opportunity, they always buy Krispy Kreme.
Oh yeah, Krispy Kreme donuts. Do you like them as is, or do you put them in the microwave to heat them up a bit?
We tend to take it like fresh whenever we bought it from Crispy, and I'm kind of like a classic. I like the glaze or the occasional, I guess, filling donuts.
Glazed is a classic for me, and it's my favorite. But if I ever feel like changing it up, I'll probably get one of the cream fillings. Why is it so many of my favorite foods are lewd? It's like it was meant to be.
Well, if it ain't lewd, it ain't shrewd, I guess.
You put your Pop-Tarts in the toaster or the microwave? Microwave.
I put them in the microwave, typically. I mean, now I have an air fryer toast.
Eat it, Lane!
I have an air fryer toaster, so I guess that substitutes as a toaster now, so perhaps that in the future.
As long as you can lick your friend's fingers after eating Krispy Kreme. You just made me think of something I want to eventually do with
hey, I made it kind of notes of archive, my other VTuber friend. Lo, did my message get deleted? I don't know.
Both of you are wrong, got it. No, you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with enjoying Pop-Tarts in the microwave.
Yeah, you're just in time, my dude. I've just been having a grand old time with this Empress, just strengthening our social link and talking about desserts now.
Hello, Notes of the Archive. I think of that and that makes me think of the Void Archive from Honkai. It's a war between food preferences. Let's see.
Well, Nightbot, if you were trying to post a link notes, then it may have deleted that because I don't have links set up for my chat, so I'm not sure what message of yours got deleted, but
Alright, I'm gonna start a war in chat.
oh boy.
I am choosing violence today. Lollies or MILFs?
Oh boy. You definitely have started a war, my friend.
You know what? Why not?
As long as they have red hair, but I'm more into like the mid girls. I'm not either the short stack or the MILFs. I'm just like somewhere in the middle, personally speaking.
I mean, I love both, so... Let's start an all-out anarchy. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I can take it or leave it.
Despite what Gordon Ramsay might say, I could care less as long as the pizza tastes good.
Wally is the best option. If you've seen Oya-san, you know why. I don't know what you're referring to by that, actually. I give you permission to post a link of their picture. Sorry, I'm a glasses guy.
Glasses guy, huh?
Lollies get head pats, but MILFs get all my love. But what if I had a lolly form, Toko? Scientitties gets milked. I mean...
JD's for the sake of science, I can vibe with that. I mean, one of my... Even though she's considered flashes, one of my waifus was Kurisu from Steins Gate. She doesn't have big of a titties, but goddamn, is she probably good at everything else, and definitely know her memes for sure.
I wouldn't be able to tell because I haven't read Steins Gate.
If you don't have the time to read it, I also recommend the anime. It's pretty legendary.
I've heard that the anime is a very good adaptation. Alright, let's see what this character looks like. don't think that linked right.
Let's see.
Alright, let's see. We try this again.
Copy.
Copy paste the whole thing. It did not show.
Oh. Oh. I think I've seen this from an H content. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to get you demonetized on Twitch or myself for that matter, so I'm not gonna say it out loud.
I mean, I'm already talking about lollies, so.
Okay. Fair enough.
For all you MGQ fans out there, Promistine's Kate, I'm pretty sure that was a reference they put it for her name in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find it, so just go ahead and tag me an image of that character on my Twitter, and then I'll retweet it if it's safe for work. Or etchy. If it's etchy, I'll retweet it. Don, depending on your answer, I will either give you head pats or yeet you like a quarterback to a football. Let's say that I am a short stack.
Yeah.
But that you actually have an image of short stack Dawn. Remember that?
I'll send you a DM. Nice.
In fact, I think I'll post it right now on my Twitter because I can.
I was gonna say, like, the type of waifus I like nowadays kind of aren't on the radar as much. So, say for instance, people like Velvet Curl from Berseria, I tend to like Eleanor, like more like the girl that doesn't get that much attention, sort of thing.
Eleanor. I'm trying to remember who that is.
The Exorcist spear lady, sort of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Here we go.
have you,
Short stack Dawn again. There we go. There's technically a difference between lolly and short stack. You're saved with hold pats. So if I did not have the tits, and I looked at you smugly as a lolly. Hey, Mizuhana! Welcome, welcome!
oh, we got a raid. Raid me, please, too. I need some traction.
Mizu!
That is cool. Bro, counting like my viewership, we have like over 10 people. Holy crap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think I can say it out loud, but that is what we decided to name our raid yesterday.
Cancun raid. Nice. Give me the Cancun raid as well. Holy shit.
Yeah. We were actually just talking about lolly and how Toko said that if I am short stack Dawn and I look up at them smugly, I get head pats. But if I look at them smugly as pure flat chest lolly, then they would yeet me. I just got here and I heard something about smug lollies. Yeah, just in time.
Yeah. Okay, so you need...
Actually, Mizu, are you fine if they join in the call?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I might be able to show their model right now, but I would be able to show Discord reaction.
Yeah. I'll,
Mizu, let me give you the collab role so you can join with us if you wish.
Let me, maybe bring my buddy Kai in here, even though he's not really a VTuber, but, he has like he's a big SMT fan.
Unfortunately, I haven't done anything with SMT other than Digital Devil Saga. Alright, Mizu, gave you the collab streamer role so you can join us if you wish. There you are, Mizu.
Hi.
Hey there.
Let me see. I think if you send me your browser source, I can actually show you on here.
I could real quick, yeah. One sec.
Yeah, because otherwise I gotta mess with some settings with Discord reaction images, because it would show everyone here, including the one that doesn't have a Discord reaction image. Well, they do have Discord reaction images, but it'd be weird if Kiefster showed up as Discord reaction and their model at the same time.
So it should be this
Yeah.
one, probably.
I will yeet you to your nearest mother. You mean Adopt Mommy, right, Toko?
I'd be down. Dang. Oh, yeah, we just got that. Huh.
Who did what? What?
I don't know, I'm just reading the chat out loud. Don't mind me. Let's see.
Just thank you to send me the
Digital Devil Saga is great, yeah. Hey, Kazuko, do you want to get in here as well?
I DM'd you the link.
Talk about, like, your SMT knowledge onto all of us, because you're the only friend I know that knows, like, your shit about SMT compared to the rest of us here.
I kind of want to keep it to just people I kind of know for now.
Fair enough. Yeah. True.
Alright, give me a sec to add you, Mizu. Browser source. Mizu. Mizu browser. You're gonna be a floating body for a bit.
Probably.
I mean,
Oh, that's your Discord reaction.
Yeah, it's my Discord reactive.
That's fine. That works.
What were you expecting?
I thought it was gonna be your model, but you know what? That works too.
I could have done the video thing. I didn't know you, I thought you said you couldn't do that right now for some reason.
No, I've learned how to actually do it. It's not that hard. We keep saying to be a dummy mom because she's actually a Karen.
It took
no!
I mean, it took me a bit
That
to
would be cool!
figure out the other, like, OBS browser source thing, so I'm still learning that myself.
Are you letting people call you a Karen?
I think there actually is an anime Karen that's actually a cool character. He's back in the water where they belong.
Yeah.
I do belong in the water. Here you go if you want the video ninja one. I'm gonna go through real quick and set my my VTube Studio background to be
Transparent?
no, the green one, because transparent doesn't show up properly.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out how
I
to do it
legitimately had to give
Well,
Dawn a
I had to use I don't know why I opened that link instead of just... Again, I am tips for brains, so this is to be expected with me.
I legit have to get, like, Google search a transparent background for mine just because the program I was using couldn't do it well. So
I think if I just give you chroma key, that'll fix it.
Yeah, you just chroma key it, really.
Yeah, and I also need to make you bigger.
Boop.
Okay, I'll just... Filters... Chroma key... There we go. Simple as that.
And then
Ow!
what?
You know what? I had that coming when I said tips for brains.
gonna BRB mode real quick. Gonna hit
One
the
sec,
rest
I'm
real quick.
fixing it real quick to get the little black piece.
Alrighty, I'm back.
On stream. I'm only 1 inch shorter than you, so.
Yeah,
Just separate
I
there.
thought I was a lot taller than you.
Skinny
But our-
differences
yeah.
and all.
Oh yeah.
I think that fixed it. Who about keeping her afloat?
Whatever
I'm gonna
works,
wear the
right?
glasses.
Lane, you can join as well if you want. Though I would have to get rid of the Twitch.tv thing next to you, Kiefster.
You could put it in the top right.
Yeah.
I could.
Or you could put it on the tile.
Whatever do you want to do? I put in my direct link in case anyone wants to raid or says surprise me.
Oh, Lane's playing Xenoblade. Muba keeping her afloat, got them air sacs.
The new Xenoblade? The 3, right?
I wouldn't say that's a good idea in case anyone's still playing it, though, just in case.
Xenoblade 3, I plan to get to eventually. You know, RPGs take forever to do.
I need to start on the first one still, myself.
So,
I did not get into the first one.
oh, so neither of y'all have played 3 yet, right?
No.
The only one playing 3 right now is Lane, I believe.
Because I was gonna ask, like, what canon 3 takes place in, because 1 and 2 are both, like, the same universe. Well, they're separate universes, but they're, like, the same, like, line of thinking.
I think that would possibly be a story spoiler, maybe? Because that was a bit of a major plot twist with Xenoblade 2, because there was one thing that happened later in the plot that relates to Xenoblade 1.
It happens literally, it's one line at the very, very end. I wouldn't say it's like a major plot spoiler, but it's supposed to recontextualize 1 and why the world is the way it is. It's not necessarily supposed to change how you view 2. So it didn't affect me, because I didn't play 1, so I had no idea what was going on.
Oh, wow.
So it's one of those...
Yeah, I just heard the voice in the background. I'm like, okay, this is bizarre and makes no sense.
That is a cute character morph. Someone explain the lore of Xenoblade. I can't actually explain that because I only know the lore of Xenoblade 2.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you want the lore of Xenoblade 2, it's just everybody's living on the back of these big Titan creatures in a big cloudy sea, and the Titan creatures are slowly dying off because of spoilers for the Xenoblade 2 DLC.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they explain it in Xenoblade 1, 2, but the DLC really goes hard on it.
Interesting. And
Have you
meanwhile,
ever played
everyone's
Florida?
wanting Xenoblade X to be ported, and it still hasn't yet for some reason.
I mean, it has if you download it.
I meant to Switch, obviously.
Switch what?
The Nintendo Switch.
Oh. I thought you
For a
were
moment, I thought you were going to say I don't speak Switch.
Yeah, that reminds me of a story. I remember, I think I was playing like Smash Ultimate one time, right? And my first Switch basically bricked. And I had to take it to my old employment that I used to at a game store to repair it. And then when they fixed it like the first time, I played it for like an hour of it getting repaired. Then it bricked like the second time, and then third time they tried to do it, it was like a lost cause. It's like the first model Switches are having some issues, I guess, is my understanding.
I still have some controller issues when it comes to anything involving the Joy-Cons, which is why I play with my Pro Controller.
Yeah.
Pro Controller is actually one of my favorite controllers. I think I like it more than the Xbox 360 controller.
As says, the box art has a semi-destroyed Aurora.
Oh, for what?
Aurora. I don't know. I'm reading
You said something lewd for a moment there.
I'm reading like what my friend's comment said on my thing. I'm not sure what that means though.
Xenoblade 1, humans versus mecha on 2 giants. Xenoblade 2, living islands with living weapons.
Fair.
Yeah, that sounds like a general summary. And Xenoblade 2 has gacha, but it's not paid, so it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% sure I would necessarily call it gacha, because it is technically
It is
the same
gacha.
mechanic.
Kai says he was talking about Xenoblade 3. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I haven't started the first one, so I don't know the context of all this. But
I think you need to play any of them in order.
yeah, I would imagine so.
I would recommend 1 before 2, because the reveal in 2 just doesn't hit at all if you haven't played 1. I had to look it up on YouTube.
Gotcha.
I mean, I still probably need to look it up myself, because I know what scene you're talking about, because they literally show a scene that like happened in Xenoblade 1 in the game, and you're just like, huh? I don't get it.
No, they don't show it. It's literally just a voiceover. So randomly, like, there's this background voiceover, and I'm like, okay, there's some random voiceover that makes no sense. Somebody messed that up at the end of this game.
No references until a bit of lore near the end, so really you can do 99% of the story without any context. Yeah, Pyra and Mithra are all I need.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I am curious, Lane. Since you're really into the game, how heavily did they tone down the fan service? Because that's one of the things I really liked about Xenoblade 2. It was an anime game. I loved my anime tropes. I'm simple.
That's part of the reason why I like the Tales games too, because they have that as well.
I love Tales games because they never gave up the anime aesthetic.
Yep. 1 second. Alright.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be completely frank. I have only played Zestiria and Berseria, and I did not finish Berseria. I just kind of had like a bunch of stuff come up, so I didn't have time to finish it. I'm gonna get back to it eventually. Zestiria, I think, is endemic of a problem in gaming. Or a problem specifically in JRPGs. I call the first hour the last 4. When traditionally in JRPGs, the first hour is boring and useless and nobody cares, and the last 4 hours are over-the-top nonsense that makes you just lose interest in the story.
Personally, for Zestiria, I just like the characters. That's it.
Serious combat is.
I just like the characters. Like, give me Edna, Lila in a room together, and I wouldn't get bored.
You're hearing Etna, and I think of Disgaea Etna. It's the only thing that isn't a spoiler. One of the first scenes is a bath scene. I like this. So I guess they have more fan service, they just toned down the clothing.
What I was told, and I only knew this because it was people talking about the girl that was labeled as non-binary in like the Kotaku article, is they're all like in some kind of military group, and it's sort of like the Starship Troopers military group where everybody just showers and bathes together and nobody really sees it as a weird thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I heard about that article, and I heard in JP they just give them...
They literally just call her a girl. There's like no mention of her being, questioning her gender or being non-binary. It's just a weird addition.
Yeah. It's a bit of vocalization, but it's one of those things where it's just like, I'll throw a bitch fit and I'll still play the game anyway. I mean, apparently, Skies of Arcadia, one of my all-time favorite RPGs, was heavily vocalized, but I never knew it, so... I mean, hey, I still love the game.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen anything like that yet.
Kotaku's like a bit. I would agree with the sentiment and on your comments there. Kotaku's a bit hit and miss. I wouldn't personally rely on them, but you know, every once in a while they write okay-ish articles.
They have way more misses than they have hits, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm looking at what they did to... I'm looking at their call-out for Samus.
So here's the thing, Lane, and this is why it bothers me on a strange level, because it doesn't necessarily affect how you look at the game, because they don't call her non-binary. They only ever refer to her by her name, and the voice actor said that she specifically pushed for this change because they're non-binary. So if they only ever refer to the character by the name, they can headcanon her as non-binary, even though she just isn't.
When voice actors do that, because Paimon's voice actor, I think, tried to do that.
Oh, Paimon's voice actor like hates lollies, like with a burning passion.
And yet they voice act one of the most popular lollies in modern culture right now.
Right? That's the other thing about Twitter, or people that are about the double standards nonsense I keep encountering.
I am so tired of these. The thing that separates some of JP from NA is they keep their personal biases aside and focus on just writing a good character.
Yeah.
To be fair, I will give people this. It depends on the JP voice actor. Because I actually really like JP voice actors a lot, because a lot of them do really weird stuff. And some of them are equally crazy. There's just not many of them.
They can be as crazy as they want, just don't inject themselves into the character.
Yeah, also you gotta, I guess, keep in mind it's like the culture's a bit different. Like in JP, like if you're a Seiyu, I think you're essentially a celebrity depending on who you are. In America's side of things, you're a voice actor. Oh, at best, maybe you might be able to be in a certain Sonic movie, but aside from that, it's like I don't know how much cred you're gonna get depending on your, how popular you are in that side of the.
You won't get any. That's why a lot of places they'll have just regular actors do voice acting work because they're like, oh, it's the same thing. And no, it's not the same thing.
No, it's not. If you're trying to take, as much as I think Sean Schimmel can be a pretty shitty person, you take Sean Schimmel out of Goku and it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've never liked Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
I mean,
fair enough. To be fair, I grew up with the Canadian dub first. Yeah, I'm that many years old. And then Sean Schimmel kind of came in late to the picture.
Though I am curious, Mizu, have you tried watching Dragon Ball Z in Japanese? Because it's a very different experience.
I have.
100%.
I'm not interested in Dragon Ball Z like conceptually. Like I like Majin Buu, and that's about where my interest in Dragon Ball Z stops.
I don't know. I prefer Perfect Cell or Imperfect Cell for that matter because of the suckage. That's what I'm gonna go with.
That's kinky.
The boar?
What's her name? Is it Android 21 that turns into Girl Boo?
Android 21 is a non-canon character from Dragon Ball FighterZ, and she's also my main in FighterZ.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah, she's hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like Girl Boo. Girl
She
Boo
is
sexy.
hot.
Honestly, there's a lot of Dragon Ball characters that I can really never find attractive. The only exception for a canon character is like Android 18.
I like Pigtails Videl personally, or 18. Like that's about.
Yeah, Android 21 can eat me. Android 21 can eat me.
The 18 is Krillin's wife, right?
Yep. That's the biggest win Krillin ever got.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, how much of a win can it really be? Because he basically has a glorified sex doll as a wife. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't hit it. I'm just saying.
I think I'm the only one that.
Also,
Short hair Videl.
He's married to someone.
I guess
that
short hair
can
Videl is
easily
cute
kick
too.
his ass.
But at least when Videl became more of a mother, she has the best of both worlds, where her hair kind of not entirely long, but not entirely short either. It's just like.
And at least she kept her power after she became a mother.
Yeah.
Videl?
Yeah.
It's stupid that 21 is getting the Broly treatment before they decided, okay, he's canon now. So, like, who are they even having to do Broly anymore since they got rid of Vic Mignogna?
I think, who was it? I think it was Ichigo Kurosaki's voice actor.
Yeah,
Johnny
on Bosch, yeah.
To be fair, Johnny on Bosch does a very good job.
Yeah, I loved him for Lelouch.
JYD,
and I love him for like a bunch of other roles too. Like Lelouch being one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah. Johnny on Bosch is a great voice actor. I just hate what they did to Vic, and I have lost almost all respect for animation. The only time I buy their products is if I really, really love an anime.
Same here. Like I'm not even totally in agreement of them merging with Crunchyroll. I'm like, okay.
No, I agree with what somebody said.
All their 18 plus products and just put it on a side site, because that's not going to affect the sales if you put it on a side thing.
Lelouch, you mean Lelouch, or you mean
also
Code Mint?
Lelouch.
Code Mint. Where's the soup?
I think you're a little close to your mic. It's cutting out for me.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
not sure if it is.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was doing a reference. Where's the soup?
Yeah, they're having to use a low quality mic because of some reason, I think.
Yeah, my Blue Yeti just kind of gave out.
Spooky Class is still pissed about the interspecies viewers thing. So I complained about this with a couple people, right? And people seem to like not see where I was coming from.
Yeah.
But I was like, you don't understand. They bought a property, and I was trying to explain to somebody. They do this a lot. They buy properties in bulk from Japan, and then they just sit on them and do nothing with them.
Good night, guys. Hello. Good night, guys.
Yeah.
I'll probably talk to you on VC tomorrow, dude. Have a good night.
Honestly, interspecies reviewers, I think the dumbest thing is the fact that
They bought a
their
porn and didn't know it was
excuse
porn.
they bought the series, and then 2 episodes in, they realized what they were getting into and stopped doing it. And it's like, did you do no research in the slightest? Did you not look at the manga for more than 30 minutes? No, I have not finished it. I need to do that eventually.
No, see, that's part of my complaint, is they didn't research it, because what they do is they buy like 30, 40 different manga light novel titles from Japan, and then they only choose 3 or 4 of them to actually translate over and use as official properties. But they still retain all the licenses, so nobody else can legally translate them. And this is, like, a couple people that really heavily advocate piracy in the West have talked about it before. Like, that's the main reason they do. Because without fan translations, you're not getting most of those. Because Crunchyroll owns all of it and is not going to use it.
As someone said, if people are resorting to piracy because it's easier to access than the legal method, that is a failure on the distributor.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one thing if somebody's cheap. It's another if it's easier. Because piracy takes a lot of looking around. Sometimes if you get torrents, you have to like check it for viruses constantly.
Yeah. Like, I'm kind of like, if it's something years old, then sure, if you want to get like ROMs or something of an older game, or even like a series that's probably not. I feel like a good example I can think of is like like that doesn't even have a dub for it, like Hitman Reborn. Like, I haven't seen.
No, there's no English dub for that.
Like, there's no dub for that. For after all this time,
it's underrated. I'll just say that was a damn good anime. Had
Yeah.
really good fillers too.
yeah, like pretty good stuff. Speaking of like shonen, who's excited for Bleach to come back this year?
I've never liked Bleach.
Someone who read the final arc, I'm not that excited.
Ah,
I didn't like Bleach, Naruto, or One Piece. I'm sorry. I hate all of the big 3. Bite me.
I've embraced One Piece a bit more, to be honest, because
So I've gone. I've experienced the entire. I experienced the entire original anime.
Yep.
Some of Shippuden, and I read all the manga.
yeah,
And Naruto can jump off a
I've
cliff.
read all the manga. I don't even give a fuck about Boruto, to be honest. I was like, I just like Burrito. That's about it.
But
The only good
Naruto,
part-
I hate because they're legit killing. They're
They
starting
don't
to
like
kill
this
some of the original characters to make the newer characters look better, and I just hate that.
No
Yeah,
Funimation, and I'm still pissed about everything. Oh, I see. Yeah, Funimation. It used to be a company I respect, honestly, and then the Vic Mignogna stuff happened, and it's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
I
I never
heavily respected Funimation before all the big stuff happened, and then my respect for them just plummeted.
I have no respect for translators and localizers.
The last few years, I kind of gotta say the same, because it's been getting really bad.
Oh, this is partially related, partially unrelated. Do you mind if I tell like a random story about a manga I really like that
Go
doesn't have an official translation?
Go for it, dude.
Go ahead.
There's a manga called my demon son is so cute it can't be helped, and it's about like a demon mother that has a child. That she's like a really dangerous person, so she's worried that everybody's gonna think her child is super dangerous. So she's like really overcompensating, being nice to try and give her child like a nice world. But in it, her sister is like in this very homoerotic relationship with the girl that helps take care of her kid, like heavily homoerotic. And the person that did the fan subs for it would constantly downplay it, and then he'd get in fights with people under all the uploads of it about how
You gotta be kidding me.
yeah, he would get in
You got
fights
fan
with people.
translators?
Yeah, he would. It annoyed me so much because I love this story, and he was like the only guy that was that would translate it. But he would always get in fights with people. He's like, no, they're just very close friends. It's like she literally says in this, and you even had to admit that you couldn't translate it any other way. That she wanted to bone her.
So
Like,
how-
you can't.
So kind of this
Are you
reflects.
kidding me? We got original fan translations for like Bleach and Naruto before
Games
they
have
were
skeptical
localized,
animation.
and I'm pretty sure there were a number of F-bombs in
Yeah.
there.
Like
I remember.
I've read about like how they were taking the liberties of.
Translations inserted fuck a lot.
Yeah, I was sorry to interrupt. Like I've read some of the comments on like them inserting like random woke shit in Dragon Maid like that. Like I've read that. I'm like, yeah, they're basically a lost cause, and the fact that they're burning a bridge with Vic and the shit that they're getting, like, yeah, I have no sympathy for this company anymore.
Funimation can burn.
On that same one, I actually want to go back to the days where we unironically had all according to Keke Kaiku, and then the little note at the top, Keke Kaiku means plan. Unironically, I want those days back. And I started thinking that
before all these woke people infected.
No, it was like
it.
forget that. Remember like the Dr. Bayo fan subs? Like I want those days back.
But no, I had this epiphany, right? Because I was reading another manga that actually had a really good fan translator called Senpai Can't Teach Me Love, which is about a high school student falling in love with his teacher. And in one part, he's sitting up on a roof, and his teacher comes out to talk to him, and he says, well, you know what they say about dumb things in high places. And he puts a little fan translator's note, and he's like, so this is like a really strange Japanese proverb about how dust gathers on the top of things, and how people will call somebody dust if they think they're being useless. And he's like, I really had no way to translate this into American because I have no idea of any American like idiom that matches this.
Oh, wow.
So his translator's note was like literally a full paragraph trying to explain this Japanese idiom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mizu, that one person we were talking about, Lunar or Luna, the one that got banned from a fighting game thing.
Oh yes.
They're an Evo.
I have,
yeah, that's fair.
let's see, ideas for anime written in general. I want to make my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Apparently the chat, when he was fighting, kept spamming the "whoa" emote.
In regards to like having a bunch of anime, like I think you can potentially just make your own. Just maybe start commissioning some people to make that stuff for you on Fiverr. Like I remember, like if any of you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I had my former editor like commission someone on Fiverr to make voice actor of like to voice back Erica Mendez from because she voices Eleanor from Berseria. So I like we managed to find someone that sounded like her. So it's like commissions are a thing. So you can probably kind of do that if you find the right people to make your own series. You know, on YouTube, it's definitely possible. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Definitely possible.
Even comic book artists are starting to get sick of all the woke shit in like Marvel comics, and I think someone sent me a link of someone making like $3 million or something, maybe with $30,000 to help build their new comic book series that wasn't full of like woke shit.
And also, in regards to like kind of leaving off of anime for a bit, like Star Wars, like Terra Morris, like the guy behind Boba Fett and Jango Fett, he's getting sick of like being misrepresenting like his Boba Fett character. Like Boba Fett's supposed to be stoic and all that, and even he is not having with woke Disney. Like what they're doing to his character.
Boba Fett. All the Mandalorian characters are very stoic. It's been that way. It's been that way before Knights of the Old Republic. Like as someone who loved Knights of the Old Republic, especially the second one, you meet a Mandalorian and they are very stoic and to the point, and they are ready for combat.
I mean, they're a warrior race of people.
Yeah, they're a warrior race.
Yeah, just like the Saiyans.
Nice.
Yeah, just like the Saiyans.
Now, see, I've for the most part, I've stayed out of like the woke stuff conversation. You know what really sent me when I learned about it the other day?
What?
Is the guy that was the lead dev for Senran Kagura ended up leaving the studio because they basically sold out for woke shit.
Yeah, I've heard about that from a buddy of mine that plays those games. He's not happy with that development.
Yeah, they basically banned pretty much in the Discord for Marvelous, the company that makes Senran Kagura. They basically banned any lewd talk about any of the girls from Senran Kagura because all of them are canonically underage.
Except they but in the West, they took out any mention of their ages.
Yes.
And not all of them are underage.
But they have banned any talk of it. They have removed, they had a fan service chat in the Discord that has been removed because they said it was inappropriate and objectifying.
I'm gonna send for Haruka and you can't stop me.
Yeah, the guy that made the famous quote about ass in hometown got forced out, Kenshiro Takai. He's made his own studio now because he couldn't stay there anymore.
Yeah, the guy who made Senran Kagura, they just need to make games for either Steam or Switch and not go to Sony because they keep relying on Sony, but Sony's going to keep censoring their shit.
Oh, as far as I know, they've completely sold out to Sony now.
They've changed
their tune about Switch and
PC. I have this love.
Sony.
I just have this love.
So you're saying they didn't learn?
They didn't learn.
Yeah, I just have this love-hate for Sony because at one hand, I'm a PlayStation bro. I love my PlayStation. On the other hand, I hate the censorship bullshit that they're imposing.
Yeah.
You want to know one of my favorite systems of them from the modern generation? The PlayStation Vita. The one where they had like the least impact on, but it was a haven for otaku games.
Yes, all the visual novels, all the RPGs got ported to Vita for some reason.
Katsuragi and Daidoji are best girls. Katsuragi is one of the best girls. Daidoji... Actually, Daidoji got worse after I saw... once I saw JoJo. Reminder that ass in DMC 5 needs to be covered, but a sex scene in The Last of Us 2 is perfectly fine. That still pisses me off.
Yeah. Like I said, double standard bullshit is just dumb in general.
It got so much worse when Sony moved to California.
For me, it's not just the Sony censorship that really gets me. It's the fact that at the exact same time, the games were being released on Switch, completely uncensored. And it breaks your brain, the idea that Nintendo lets not safe for work 18 plus games get released on Switch uncensored.
Yeah,
and Sony doesn't.
Are we in?
It's like, homie, Nintendo let Nekopara released uncensored. My brain is broken.
It's just like, what you doing here, buddy?
Nintendo doesn't let anything get by them, and they're like, yeah, no, sure, whatever.
Yeah, it's just like a bit of an irony that, at least in like back in the day, it used to be the other way around. Nintendo used to have a harp on that, and then Sony was like the champion of like, you know, more adult stuff, but now it's like the other way around.
It's still crazy for me to just imagine that. It's so bizarre.
I do actually remember laying the Omega Labyrinth situation. I thought it was quite hilarious.
Yeah, the situation with Omega Labyrinth is, I remember that. And I remember how in the JP side they had a family-friendly version. And they were clearly mocking it.
Yep. I like when companies make fun of it. And it's like, you're supposed to be the edgy one. You're supposed to be the one that like appeals to all the teen boys. And then you see a pair of boobies, and suddenly there's a problem.
You were the chosen one.
Yeah. So.
Well, you made that
I
big.
gave you a link as well on the stream.
Yeah.
I was about to say, that's a little big. That's a little unfair to the...
That's what happens when I first bring it in.
Yeah.
I like the way you do the font, though. With the little,
Seems
Yeah,
to...
use the website for that.
It fits your color scheme and all that. That's pretty cool. That's why I'm scared of Persona games coming to Xbox, because I never got a chance to play them, and I really too scared because the localization is going to screw it. Yeah, that's the thing. Why do they even need to fuck with the vocalization when it's already been, localized before?
I swear.
So obviously, looking at you, you're a Persona fan. So do you know of any localization in the Persona games as they are now that you would say is egregious? And not like the people being stupid and being like, oh, Nato or whatever is trans, when she's clearly just a woman that's trying to fit in with the Japanese police.
Yeah.
But is there like any actual egregious in-game localization?
The only localization I know of was like something with like Ryuji and this one guy.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. It's like Ryuji running into like these transvestite dudes, and then they took him off, and then I think they might have changed the dialogue on Royal. I don't remember because it's been a minute since I played Royal the first time, but it's something to do with that, and they completely omitted that off of the Royal version. Something like that.
I swear, if Persona 5 Golden comes to Switch and they make Naoto trans, I will rant. I will even make a YouTube video on this.
Oh, if
Naoto,
that comes to pass, I would like to join you on that rant because that's bullshit.
Naoto is one of my favorite Persona characters because a lot of what they go through is it's trying to figure out who they want to be, and to have that taken away is just cruel, because people can decide and think for a while, do I want to be a man, do I want to be a woman, and it's okay if they decide, no, I'm fine the way I am.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm gonna...
That's people's choice.
I'm assuming
that wasn't
you're playing
even
Persona, right?
Yeah, that wasn't even why Naoto wanted to become a woman, because she didn't want to become a woman just for the sake of she feels like a woman. She wanted to be... Wait, no. Why am I saying woman? This is what happens when I get angry. She wanted to become a man, not because she felt like she wanted to be a man, but so she could get respect in her investigation force.
Yeah, otherwise male-dominating field, it's respectable. Like, where does trans come into the picture? I don't see it there.
But
definitely
yeah,
not
you're
at all.
both Persona fans, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you both a hot take that I've actually had for a while, and it's not because I'm a Persona fan. It's actually the opposite end. So Atlas is the problem when it comes to censorship in their company. I don't think it's outside forces. I am almost 100% sure it's Atlas.
There's nothing else. It's Atlas.
It's got to be Atlas. Yeah.
Especially after the lie they told with Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem.
Oh
because
yeah.
They censored the crap out of that.
Yep.
And they tried to slyly imply that Nintendo did it until Nintendo came out and says, yeah, we literally didn't touch it at all. We had nothing to do with it. And they're like, well, that's true. Technically, Nintendo didn't touch it, but, we didn't touch it either, so it's not our fault.
I still think the whole Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem thing, censorship aside, what in the hell were they thinking with that game? You think of Shin Megami Tensei crossing over with Fire Emblem, and you think of something epic. You don't think of some life simulation thing.
Well,
you know what
anytime
really
I think of like X something, it usually implies like a crossover, but like it seems to be like the complete like their own thing, which is like okay.
Like, I don't know the full story. Obviously, nobody will ever know the full story. But I was always a bigger Fire Emblem fan than I was Persona because I like tactics
I was
games.
expecting something big and dramatic, like imagine the scale of Fire Emblem, but Shin Megami Tensei demons are involved.
Yes, and it would have worked perfectly. You could have even
beaten that shit up.
and I feel like you could have even mixed like the two games like systems and how they worked. It could have been strange. But I mean, freaking Mega Man did it with Proto Man, King Proto Man.
My thing is like if they're gonna do a crossover, they should. If they're gonna do a crossover, they should do a crossover, not try to like meld the two things together and then make a mess out of it. Well, that's just me.
I mean, it felt more like a crossover of Persona with Shin Megami Tensei elements than it did a crossover with. That is just one of the weirdest things that the video game industry has ever done. Because I remember when Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem was announced, everyone was so hyped, including me.
Yeah,
And then when we saw the trailer, I think even weebs, the most hardcore of weebs, were like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, so I was actually kind of tuned in to it not being good before it ever came out because people that followed on the Fire Emblem side, the company Intelligent Systems behind Fire Emblem, put out a statement before it even came out that basically said they're not letting us help, like, to make it. Like, we've had literally zero input on the development of this game from start to finish. They're just literally using our property. So Intelligent Systems literally has zero like input on what happened with that game.
Oh my gosh, Atlas.
And then Nintendo admitted they also didn't have a hand in anything but like signing off on it, so they just kind of wrote their name on it and sent it on its way. So it's 100%
as much praise I'm giving you, Atlas. Come on, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck did you? Come on.
I'm not gonna lie, I got suckered into buying it too. I still have the copy. It's sitting in my game shelf.
One day I'll actually stream it just for the sake of it.
If you want to, I'll come by with you for that.
That would be an interesting collab.
Yeah, because I've talked about doing collabs like that before. Because I love Fire Emblem, and they butchered every character from Fire Emblem.
I'm a decent Fire Emblem fan. I've played 2 of the GBA games. I played Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn.
I only played 3 houses. I play more Persona though. I'm basically a Persona.
Problem is these big gaming companies keep making these crappy censored games, thinking the fanboys will keep eating it up when they never eat it up to begin with, which unfortunately is true. But the real fans in some of the mainstream aren't. Yeah, that's the thing. When a niche game company tries to appeal to the mainstream, it always backfires.
You know what actually really kills me with Fire Emblem, right?
What?
Is like the main reason Fire Emblem started kind of dumbing itself down and becoming easier was because Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn sold like awfully.
Wait, they sold awfully? Really?
Yeah, they almost killed the series. So what was it? It was
those games were amazing though.
Yeah, what's the one Final Fantasy guy? Like, he said he called it Final Fantasy because it was the last game he made before they were gonna kick him out because his games were performing so poorly.
I don't remember. I just know Yoshi P because I play 14 sometimes, but I don't know any.
But that was Fire Emblem Awakening. That was supposed to be like their last hurrah. That was their last chance to try and make money before they they were gonna have to just shutter Fire Emblem completely. And as we know, Awakening did gangbusters, and people love Lucina, people love Chrom, they're known by almost everybody in gaming now, and it put Fire Emblem on the map basically as a major contender title.
I'm actually surprised that Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn sold so badly.
So I can actually explain why. It's actually pretty simple, and it annoys me that they didn't realize this themselves. But the Fire Emblem community is still, at the time, was almost completely Japanese. It had a very small American fan base. And the Japanese fan base only played mobile. Almost every Fire Emblem ever released had been mobile. And at the time, Japan was like really going through a big mobile gaming resurgence. So when it released on Wii and GameCube, nobody bought it. So nobody bought the Wii or the GameCube.
I mean, I guess that makes sense because not only do I know that the GameCube didn't sell that well, but it's also not the type of game that either kids would eat up or I think like hardcore Nintendo fans would eat up.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was really just for the Fire Emblem community, and people in the community that played it loved it.
Yeah, for me it was just some random game I decided to try out via Gamefly, and I'm just like, holy shit,
Yeah.
I love this.
Guess it just depends on your.
But
approach
it's
to
also
it, really.
because they perform so well, it's made them really like risk adverse to doing what those games did ever again.
Oh, yeah.
Because for some
Absolutely.
reason they think it's the content of the game that made it sell poorly.
Hmm. Makes sense.
I don't know what changes they've made. I guess I would have to play Awakening myself to find out.
Oh no, Awakening's great. I think Awakening was before they like first hit the big downturn, which is why Fates is such a garbage fire, and Three Houses is a bigger garbage fire.
Really, I heard Three Houses is really good.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but you know, that's the only one I played, so I don't know. I don't
So
have
I'm
an
gonna say
experience.
this. I understand you like Genshin. The people that like Three Houses are the same people that call themselves Genshin stans.
Huh. Interesting.
Huh.
Three Houses only got attention because they like ship all the characters, and like there's all these specific character ships. And Claude is such a cute boy. Oh,
I heard it is a legitimately great game from one of my friends who just could not stop playing it. And they're not interested in shipping wars or any of that crap.
it's a good game if you only play through one of the 4 stories. The problem is if you play through any of the other stories, they don't recontextualize information. They just start deleting stuff from people's backgrounds because it would conflict with the new story.
Hmm.
And they're like,
I'll have to play Three Houses
Yeah.
one of these days myself to find out.
Yeah, they just
I
like
know
start
that,
deleting
hey,
stuff.
I mean, it's definitely
Fire
fun. I
Emblem
mean,
8,
all I care about is like at least like in my first playthrough, I married one of my favorite units that I was hoping to get, and that was it for me. I could care less about anything else. So I got a simple goal and I achieved it. That's all there is to it.
I'm not gonna lie, ever since they added casual mode, I almost strictly play Fire Emblem in casual mode. It's just more relaxing, and I
Yeah.
enjoy the combat.
I mean, I came from Three Houses is like probably the only Fire Emblem I played. Like I'm definitely not gonna try like classic mode for my first time through unless I wanted to just be crazy and challenge myself.
I might play the game on like casual mode, but I'll still play it on like. Can you play it on casual mode and still have it like on hard mode or something?
No, so Fire Emblem now has 2 difficulty settings. It has classic and casual, and then it has
Difference between them other than just permadeath?
no. Classic and casual is just permadeath or not. I think they've also. This was for Fates, is they added a 3rd mode which was called Phoenix. I don't remember if Phoenix is in Three Houses or not. And it's if somebody dies, they literally resurrect the very next turn. So it's basically impossible to like die. I don't.
Oh, that's baby mode.
Yeah, Phoenix is like proper baby mode. But then they have normal hard and lunatic is what they call their super hard.
I mean, I guess I may as well play on casual mode just for the sake of saving time, but I wish there was a choice where you could play casual mode and have a harder difficulty, because You can?
It's two. You can. It's 2 different selections. It's you choose normal, hard, lunatic, and then you choose classic or casual.
Oh, okay. So,
Phoenix is game journalist mode.
game journalist mode, I agree.
Yeah, I'm
pretty sure
I'm
they
learning quite a lot just by
where
listening.
You can play casual mode, but also have it at a hard difficulty.
Yep.
Yes.
Because the goal for every Fire Emblem stage,
Huh?
the goal for
Oh
every
yeah,
Fire Emblem
speaking of
stage-
ROMs, they recently, going back to Persona for a bit, they recently finished a translation of Persona 2 Eternal Punishment, like both translations for PS1 and PSP.
I think I heard
Pretty
about
cool.
that.
Which is pretty cool.
If there's a full fan translation, Cerno, can you DM it to me? Because people keep saying it. I cannot find a fully completed JP translation for Fates. And I really want to remove those freaking ellipses. They piss me off.
So, I think,
Have you seen the
damn,
ellipses?
you reached like 3 hours. As much as I want to keep all this conversation going, probably going to hit the hay for too soon. But, yeah, Dawn, thanks for agreeing to be like my guest. Well, me interviewing you, like, this was honestly fun, a lot of fun. Like, seriously.
No problem, Keefster. I
Yeah.
was glad to have you here.
It was honestly probably one of my best collabs like in a while. So, absolutely. Thank you. Oh yeah, nice to meet you, Mizuhan. Is that your
Or you
name?
can call me Mizu.
Yeah, Mizu. Yeah.
Most people call me Mizu. My full name's a little mouth.
All right. So, I'm holy shit, 3 hours. Oh, okay, dang, that's like the longest stream I've ever done in a while. So I'm gonna pull off a little bit because it's well, I haven't been I've been sort of operating like 3 hours of sleep, so I'm trying to
Mood.
Oh dear.
get more sleep. Well, before Morgana kind of reminds me to go to bed, but yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna say, well, at least my outro, I'm not sure how you guys usually close up, but my outro is like usually like this. Like, I would usually say, Begone Dirty Demons, and Begone Dirty Demons comes from because, you know, I played SMT Nocturne and everything, like, you recruit demons, so when I banish the demon, it's like, I'm telling the demon to be gone. And I took the quote from one of Joker's lines, so it's like, Begone, dirty demons. So be gone, you dirty demon. Well, that's usually how I close out my like streams or videos. But
Dirty demons, huh? Send
Yeah.
them my way.
yeah, I'll send them your way. I don't know, how do you usually conclude your thing, Empress?
Well, I can actually keep going if you want to keep talking to me, so.
I'm good to keep talking for
Yeah,
a bit.
well, I'm actually probably just pull off the stream, but I can probably talk for a little bit. But anyways, as far as like the stream, I'll go ahead and end things if Dawn wants to keep, you know, hers going. But as far as like enough, like I'm gonna like stop here because oh wow, time flies when you're having fun. But anyways, that has been my interview with Empress Dawn. Thanks for all that, and
No
I'll
problem.
see you guys next time as far as the stream. But we can still keep the combo going a little bit because I'm having a blast. Anyways, take care, chat. Anyways.